Illuminati, a secret society do exist. Illuminati.
This should be explosive. How do you like this action? That's it. Torres has shut him down. Razor Ramon unleashes a fury. Oh, nice shot. This one is gonna be good. Welcome to the world of Little Evil.
What a powerful shot!
Welcome to the best of World Extreme Cage Fighting. I'm Todd Harris. We will take you cage side for 6 fights that capture the hard-hitting, fast-paced action that has established the WEC as the state-of-the-art in MMA. One such battle is a classic meeting between Razor Rob McCullough and Donald Cowboy Cerrone, where Cerrone makes a statement to the world by going to war for 3 rounds against a former champion in McCullough. Plus, Osaka's Yoshiro Maeda lays it all on the line when he faces pound-for-pound superstar Miguel Angel Torres in a punishing bantamweight title bout. Also, the biggest featherweight fight in MMA history as the California Kid Uriah Faber defends his title against MMA icon Jen's Little Evil Pulver. And the Cowboy Donald Cerrone returns against Arizona phenom Ben Smooth Henderson for a 5-round instant classic. In addition, we have the rematch between Uriah Faber and the first man to defeat him in the WEC, Mike Brown, in a must-see 5-round gritty battle. And to start the show, we go to the Windy City of Chicago for a toe-to-toe slugfest between WEC newcomer Takeya Mizugaki and bantamweight champion Miguel Angel Torres. The champ Miguel Angel Torres says U.S. pride is on the line as he tries to keep the belt in the States. But WEC newcomer Takeya Mizugaki has other plans.
I hate when these guys from Japan come out here and think they're better than us, better than me. I'm gonna show them what a real American champion is made of.
I'm the type of fighter who never look to win the fight in a decision. I always look for a knockout, and I believe that's what makes me an exciting fighter.
Takeya Mizugaki's coming into my house. It's gonna be a hard fight for him. You know, he's gonna have to fight the crowd. It's the first time in the U.S. He's gotta fight me. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to put guys away and then fight the next one.
I'm glad he's confident, but I have only one reason to be here, which is to take that belt home. So if you think he can knock me out, well, let him think that way.
Mizugaki thinks he's gonna come and take my belt, and he's not. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna get knocked out.
As we take a look at the tail of the tape for this bantamweight bout scheduled for 5 rounds between Torres and Mizugaki. Miguel Angel Torres, 28 years of age, 5'9", 135, his reach 76 inches. The challenger, Takeya Mizugaki, 25 years of age, 5'7", 135, and a reach of 69.5 inches. And folks, we are set to go in Chicago. This is for the Bantamweight Championship belt. Todd Harris, along with Frank Mir, our official inside the cage, will be Mark Wassam.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
So it's Miguel Torres battling in the white trunks. Takeya Mizugaki fighting out of Japan in the black trunks. And it's Mizugaki out of the land of the rising sun that comes out swinging, trying to drill the champ early on.
Excellent positioning of Miguel Torres' head. He's able to slip a couple of those punches, which look to have some pretty ill intent behind it.
Mizugaki mixing up some combinations. Torres comes back now with a flurry.
See if Torres starts attacking the legs of Mizugaki. Reason being that, you know, he's throwing some heavy punches with those hands, but you need a good base to be able to do so. So if Miguel can start raining down some of the leg kicks and using a little Thai boxing, he can start disrupting the balance. Nice jab. Miguel Torres probably has the best jab I've seen so far, you know, in MMA as far as effectiveness of range. He doesn't just use it as a range finder. He hurts a lot of people with it. Here was his jab that was actually able to break the cheekbone of Yoshiro Maeda in that bout, the third round.
How do you prepare for a guy like Torres who attacks at so many different levels?
You have to just go ahead and not let him be creative. Whatever kind of fight you want, you might as well just fight that way. Don't sit there and be elusive or with him and passive and try to sit there and figure out what he's going to do. Because if you sit there and you wait for Miguel, it's going to be a short night.
I think this might be the best thing for Mizugaki. Stay out of these big flurries, keep it on its feet. Because if this thing gets going on the ground, chances are going to get really difficult for him to take advantage of the abilities of Torres. And look at that, a slip and a hard fall for Torres onto his back.
Miguel's fine, he did slip there, but he had the necktie, or the tie clinch on Mizugaki. And that was very good sign there that maybe Miguel's going to go in and impose that move some more. Reason being that Mizugaki basically shoved him forward. That took a lot of energy to get him off his neck. He didn't really use proper technique. Missing some punches there. Good, excellent head movement from Miguel Torres. Mizugaki, though, is not out of this at all. Those punches, if one of them lands, could be very painful. There, nice switch kick from Miguel.
Yoshiro Maeda, the last Japanese fighter that went 3 rounds with Torres. It was stopped in the 3rd round by TKO, but it was a brutal fight.
That actually had one of my votes for that,
fight of the year.
Yeah, I thought that was fight of the year.
I agree.
Again, excellent head movement. You know, I try to say a lot of fighters, when they don't move their heads. Here's a great example. Miguel Torres, if he sat there and tried to block some of these punches, they would be very painful. Nice right hand, though, from Mizugaki. He was able to come over the top and land.
He is coming forward, but Mizugaki now has Torres up. Torres, though, continues to bow and sweep the head.
He has a wizard tie right now and is able to control the wrist.
A great first round here. This one's scheduled for 5 with the bantamweight belt of the WEC on the line from Chicago. Wow, big combinations.
Both guys. So far, I think Mizugaki, though, is getting a little more fatigued. He's the first one I've seen now to go and open his mouth and take a breath. So far, I mean, look at Miguel Torres. Look at his conditioning level. His lips haven't broke yet. That means he's still breathing all his oxygen through his nostrils. And as a fighter, the minute you start to need more oxygen in your blood because of the demand you're putting upon your body, one of the first things you do is you open your mouth to start breathing when at least there's a break between the two opponents. But look, even no matter how far away he is, he never breathes to his mouth. Mizugaki, though, on the other hand, you can see now, the spreading of the lips is starting to use his mouth to breathe a little bit more.
30 seconds remain here in round number 1. This one's scheduled for 5.
Those liver kicks, though, are going to start adding up.
Big combinations, a nice flurry from Mizugaki. Down to the final 10 seconds here in round number 1. And we will go to a second round in this title bout.
So Miguel Angel Torres heads to his corner. He's got to be thinking, wow, this kid has come out aggressively as he gives him the 1,000-yard stare as we go into the corner and listen in on Miguel Angel Torres.
Good, keep working on him, man. He's dropping his head. When he comes in, when you start coming in, he's dropping. You see it, uppercuts, knees. When you're in the clinch, man, work him, man. He's moving around, he's going to get space. Press him.
If you switch southpaw on him and come in with that lead kick to the face, you're going to knock him out. He keeps stuck into that side. Let it do the exchange, walk away, and switch, and boom, right away. He's going to duck right into it. And the uppercut's there, right, Coach?
Yeah, it's there. Every time you come in close.
Good advice to the champ, Miguel Angel Torres. He seems to be in great fitness, barely breathing hard.
A little bit lower.
He'll take a drink and head back out for round number 2. Frank, let's look at the action from round number 1.
Great switch kick right here. You see that Miguel Torres timed the right hand of Mizugaki and was able to come across that kick to the head.
Well, Takeya Mizugaki doing something that many fighters unable to do, and that is get out of the first round.
He is. He's being very successful with the body punches when he's in close against the cage. He's having a difficulty, though. You know, I mean, right now I'm giving the edge to Miguel Torres on the outside. He just says it's going to be able to land a punch unless he puts Miguel against the cage. But, you know, as elusive a fighter as Miguel is, you got to do something to slow down his head movement.
Nice body shot from Mizugaki.
Yeah, I think that pissed Miguel off. That might be worse than that.
Again, another slip by Torres, and he is fine fighting from this position, folks.
Yeah, that's a lot of people don't want to follow Miguel Torres to the ground.
Now,
he slips and falls down, and you can just see the fear there that you don't want to engage him in the guard.
Fighting Torres on the ground is like chasing a cobra into its hole.
And now see like he's, oh, spinning hook kick, knee bar attempt. Look at that, he went from a spinning karate reverse heel hook, or a hook kick, spinning hook kick, and was switching down to go for a knee bar. Mizaki's finding a decent home, though, for that left hook to the body. He's starting to slow down a little bit here, though, and get a little more flat-footed. There you go, he's starting to move his head a little bit. I think he identifies it. He needs to get a little bit more spring back in his step if he wants to close that distance.
Torres still, as you pointed out, Frank, still breathing through the nose. Conditioning just perfect.
Phenomenally conditioned guy.
Wow, what a flurry. Mizugaki connects, as does Torres.
Mizugaki did a good job, though, of driving forward. He knew that knee was coming. He had his head pulled down. Now he just cut a nice left hook, though, from coming back. I like Mizugaki, his body attack.
Takeya Mizugaki coming to us from Kanagawa, Japan, coming into the den, the backyard of the reigning champion, Miguel Angel Torres.
Miguel needs to throw a jab and a knee right up the middle. Again, you know, Mizugaki's just not as effective with his hands on the outside. This is where Miguel is just eating him up with that jab. And timing shots, that's gonna get tiring after a while to keep missing. See, all these shots he's missing. But now here, if he charges forward, is where he's been successful. Where he can push Torres against the,
wow. If nothing else, Frank, you got to respect Mizugaki because he said he would go toe-to-toe with a champion, and he's doing just that.
That he is. He is going toe-to-toe with him. But it is the lesser of the two evils, possibly.
Right. What a comfort zone it must be for Miguel Torres, knowing that if this thing goes to the ground, I'm just fine there as well.
Another thing, too, like I keep pointing out, mindset about how Miguel Torres is. Look right now, I don't know by looking at his face how he feels about how this fight's going. He's a complete poker player. Is he winning? Is he losing in his version? Is he frustrated? Is he not? Is he pissed off? You can't read nothing off his face. He's completely composed at all times. Now the outside, that hurt Mizugaki. See how he's backstepping right there. Miguel Torres has the faster hands. He's landing some punch combinations. You can tell that, too, because right now, he's trying to do different things.
Wow. Connecting again is Torres. Now he's got him up against the cage.
I'd like to see if Miguel actually go ahead and throw him to the ground and actually start doing a little bit of submission fighting with him. Show other aspects to his game here. You know, we all know how excellent his ground is, too. Look at that. Perfect head control. He's pinning Mizaki's head against the cage. Oh, Mizugaki though was able to use the underhook to try to switch out. And Miguel put him right back in there again. He's got that wizard really tight with the elbow down, and he's got that forehead right in your chin. That's perfect head position. It's miserable to be there. Oh, look at those knees.
From both. Equal offender with both knees.
That's some classic Muay Thai there. See how that foot's whipping out? He's using his hip as a rubber band. He's loading it.
Stop! Time!
What's going on here?
Mouthpiece came out.
Mizugaki, though, is not coming forward like he was earlier. Starting to backpedal against the cage. Nice. Left hook, right hand.
I think Torres is getting frustrated at this point. I mean, he has thrown some great shots, and Mizugaki just keeps coming forward now under 25 seconds here in round 2.
No, not at all. I think Torres is enjoying this. If somebody's able to last this long with him, and he can actually beat them going down. I talked to the guy. He likes to hurt people. Look at that. That foot stomp had nothing but just to be vicious. Oh, that hurts.
And we will go to a third round as the champ takes a look at Mizugaki and says, are you kidding me? Takeya Mizugaki is pushing the champ all the way. This kid is phenomenal.
Good, Miguel. Just keep popping it. Keep working.
Miguel Angel Torres is throwing everything at the challenger. Look at this action from round number 2. Mizugaki continues to come forward, throwing punches, but the champ answers every single strike. Left, right, knee kicks to the midsection. A devastating shot right there to Mizugaki on both the left and right side. And Torres seriously is going to hold on to this belt if he continues to inflict that kind of damage on Takeya Mizugaki. As we get set for round number 3, this one's scheduled for 5. Here we go with round number 3 with a title belt on the line here in Chicago. The champion, Miguel Angel Torres, wearing the white trunks. His challenger, Takeya Mizugaki of Japan, wearing the black trunks.
Mizugaki, I think, is coming up with a theory that if oh, that was a beautiful check hook. Oh, that was textbook. Mizugaki lowered his stance, came in, and that was lightning fast left hook that caught Mizugaki.
Miguel Torres now going into uncharted territory, this third round, somewhere he hasn't been in months.
Mizugaki, though, is making a mistake there by coming forward and swinging like that. Miguel Torres, though, has got good angles. He's coming off. If he fires back after he slips one of those punches, Mizugaki's going to be in a really bad position. Nice kick to the thigh. Mizugaki, though, firing back a combination, though. I just want to see Miguel Torres, see if he actually does ever get tired and make me feel better as a fighter to know that he actually can feel fatigue.
The pace has slowed considerably, Frank, from rounds 1 and 2. Who does that favor?
You know, Miguel Torres is still, though, because he's the sharper fighter. Anytime, you know, the slower a pace goes, the more it actually benefits the nice combination here, the more skilled fighter, because there's less chance of luck being interplayed. A high-paced fight, people can get caught with shots they don't see. It was a guillotine attempt, though, by Miguel Torres.
He throws so much at you at once. I mean, it's not just the punch, it's not the lead, the kick. I mean, he's setting you up for something else.
He's a very complete mixed martial artist. That's why, I mean, you have to have him in a strong vote for one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world. But you know what? He's in a great fight right now. Mizugaki has done a good job of staying in here, throwing some shots that have some ill intention on him. He's landing some great body shots. Oh, there we go. Nice left hook. Ate a right hand after that, though.
Starting to draw blood from the nose and forehead of Torres. With a combination from Torres, comes back.
I think Torres can go ahead and open up more with the kicks. Reason being that Mizugaki is not really ever going to look to get a takedown. Oh!
Straight right. And they are going to clear the blood from the forehead of Miguel Torres. Now, Frank, I know this is just a minor technicality, it's a safety thing, but this has got to give confidence to the challenger.
Yeah, it's a cut, you know, you feel it interfere with the blood.
Well, fighter safety is first and foremost here at the WEC. They're going to take a quick look at this.
Excellent, we'll let the fight continue.
They've taken a look and decided that it's not in a spot that's going to cause him any permanent damage, so they'll let the fight go on.
Now, fighters are allowed to bleed. The only time a fight gets stopped because of blood is if it interferes with your eyesight. Obviously, we don't want to see two guys in there swinging, and if you can't see a shot coming, you can't protect yourself, and that can be very devastating.
Now, if you're Miguel Torres, do you ramp this thing up now more and say, I got to finish this thing?
That could be the case. He's going to go in there and push the pace a little bit more, but without making a mistake.
Look at this. Look at this. Torres now comes forward.
I think Mizugaki's getting worn down here. I mean, that was some good exchanges, but look at Miguel pushing forward. Chase him down.
Under 90 seconds to go here in round number 3.
Nice left hook. Elbow knees coming from Mizugaki. but he's being pushed against the cage. Nice elbow. Great, perfect head position.
Tell you what, Mizugaki is warming up. Under a minute to go here in round number 3. What do you think of this round, Frank Mir? This is going to be a little closer.
I still have Torres, though, who's taking it just for the more of the explosive combinations, landing different shots with the knees, and he's also stalking forward. There's been a lot of times in this round where you see Mizugaki fatiguing and, you know, looking to regroup and stepping backwards.
What a combination. Final 15 seconds here of round number 3 from Chicago.
So we are going to a 4th round from Chicago between the champ Miguel Angel Torres, his challenger Takeya Mizugaki. And as the doctor comes in and takes a look at the cut over the eye of Miguel Angel Torres, safety first here at the WEC. So far it sounds like they're going to let him continue on. So Miguel Angel Torres in the fight of his life right now. Let's take a look at the action from round number 3. Continuing to throw big shots at Mizugaki, but Mizugaki is answering. Nice combination there, but he comes back with the left and lands cleanly on the forehead of the champ Miguel Angel Torres. So we are underway here in round number 4. Remember, this one is scheduled for 5. This is a title belt. And Frank, you've got to wonder how Miguel Angel Torres is going to respond with his belt on the line.
We've never seen a situation where Miguel Torres hasn't responded back forward. See if Miguel Torres, you know, he's looking for the home for that jab again. Combination.
If you're Miguel Torres, do you think about taking this thing to the ground?
At this point, you know what? It's been a great war on his feet. He's edging it out, I feel, slightly here. You know, I feel he's winning the fight right at this point, but because of that cut, yeah, I would look to take this fight to the ground. Knowing that Mizugaki is not very versed there, he could go ahead and pull and go for a heel hook right now here. Here he goes for the half guard.
Well, Mizugaki doesn't want anything to do with this ground game right now. And this may be the smartest move of Miguel Torres. Get this on the ground as Mizugaki's corner cheers that he got out of that.
Yeah, they don't want to be on the ground with him at all. And that's another reason why Miguel Torres should take this fight to the ground.
Big elbows, he brings it up and over.
Excellent, 2 elbows in a row from Miguel Torres. Pushing him against the cage and just grinding out some strikes in here. Keeps just driving him against the cage, using great head control. Again, you know, he is winning the stand-up fight on the outside. Miguel, you know, Mizugaki's landing some good shots to the body and stuff, but as far as who's landing the more clear-cut shots, it's Miguel Torres. But because of that cut, you don't want to see something nasty get opened up too far, and then they stop the fight due to that. So Miguel Torres looking to get this fight to the ground, I think, is a very smart, strategic move.
2:45 remains here in round number 4. We are scheduled for 5 with the bantamweight belt on the line.
You know, Miguel needs to fire a straight right hand. The next time he sees Mizugaki fade to his left, he knows he's going to the body. His straight right hand will beat him to the chin before Mizugaki's able to. Nice combination, look at this. Mizugaki tying up again here. Double overhook. Nice elbow now with the left side coming through. Mizugaki's gonna have to push out the cage here. He's gonna...
Wow. What an exchange. Can you believe This is the 4th round, and we've still got 2 minutes to go.
Miguel Torres is grinding him out here. This is where his superior mindset comes in, great conditioning, he's able to drive in. If Mizugaki could do so, he would probably try to get off of the cage right now to land some shots, because he's not landing anything here.
But he is going toe-to-toe with the reigning champion, Miguel Angel Torres, as we approach 90 seconds to go here in round number 4.
He can't get off the cage. Miguel Torres is another aspect of his game that I didn't realize he was, this proficient at, is to pin people against the cage like this and grind out elbows after elbow. Knee bar. Miguel's coming forward again and stocking. Mizugaki's backing up. Mizugaki needs to start, getting some offense going here in this round. Miguel Torres is just taking pretty good control of this fight so far.
Under a minute to go here in round number 4 from Chicago. Miguel Torres, the defending champion in the white trunks. Takeya Mizugaki has gone almost complete 4 rounds with the champion.
Left hook.
And they continue to go toe-to-toe in a classic here in Chicago.
Mizugaki got caught with a nice right hand right over the left there. Mizugaki got a great chin. He's taking some big shots from Miguel Torres.
Another big flurry here to round out round number 4 as we now go under 12 seconds to go in the fight in the 4th round. This is an absolute classic on the streets of Chicago, Frank. Did anyone think it would go to the 5th round?
I think right now we've been spoiled by Miguel Torres just taking guys out so quickly. We all are impressed right now by Mizugaki by being in the 5th round. Nice combination there with Miguel Torres, pushing against the cage. The left hand came through. You see here he comes over the top. He has the hand trap, perfectly executing an overhand elbow. Again, just the superior jab of Miguel Torres. And Mizugaki, though, did a great job of controlling here and driving a knee right into Miguel Torres, but the champ, great chin, was able to fire a left hook right afterwards.
Takeya Mizugaki has traveled over 10,000 miles to make his U.S. fighting debut, and Frank, I think it's been successful, win, lose, or draw on this one.
No, he's impressed everybody. I don't think no matter what the outcome of this fight is, he's moved up in the rankings.
No touching of gloves for the 5th and final round. These guys want to go to war for the final 5 minutes here in the last round.
Mizugaki he telegraphs when he comes in. You can see every time he loads his left leg up by fading over to his left there like he's doing right there. And Miguel Torres is able to identify it, but he's doing a great job of fading away from it. He has that wizard again with the wrist control over the side, landing some good knees.
Oh, what a flurry! And he has rocked Mizugaki here.
Yeah, look at that intensity. 5th round, he's throwing combinations like that.
Miguel Torres wants to send a message. He does not want this going to the judges. Even though he may be ahead on all cards, he'd like to send this young Japanese warrior back to Japan with a loss and a hard knockout. Yeah. But he's unable to do it.
And Miguel Torres is not happy with anybody going the distance with him right now. Mizugaki's just, man, he's in there just trading back and forth, though. Oh.
And a slip by Torres. That's how much Mizugaki respects the ground game of Torres. He has him on the ground. He doesn't shoot in on him, just stays back. Oh, straight left
Yeah,
lands.
it's just because Mizugaki just is too, he telegraphs that too much. He's moving his face forward. See, his head moves in, and when Miguel wants to, he either fades back, or in the exchange we saw just before that, he fires that jab right down the middle.
The final 3 minutes of this 5-round classic for the bantamweight belt.
And really, Mizugaki's clinch, he's just getting dominated in the clinch with Miguel right now. I mean, he's able to land a few shots in there, but for the most part, Miguel's tying him up, grinding his head in there. He's able to keep locking up and coming in with those overhand elbows and landing those knees on the side of his Mizugaki's ribs.
But Frank, this is just going to come down to a will. And Torres just seems to have the will to press on. Mizugaki happy that he's hit this point. But I think his fatigue is now starting to really take its toll.
Mizugaki going back to the body shot. I think it's the first one we've seen him throw, in the last 2 rounds. I thought he was having a lot of success with that, but I think maybe the fact that he telegraphs his forward movement and Miguel's been hitting him with the jab or fading away has been causing him to have problems with it. Oh, Miguel hit him with his own left hook to the body there. Again, look at Miguel. He's able to tie up both of Mizugaki's hands with one. He's using his left hand over the top, and then he ends up grabbing wrist control. There again, he got his hand tied up with both hands. Both hands tied up with one. Then he's transferring over traditional wrist tie.
Wow, look at that. In the 5th and final round, we are down to the last 60 seconds. I agree with you, Frank. Mizugaki's ranking has certainly shot up. Show by both fighters. Look at this. You gotta be kidding me. The 5th and final round. Let's enjoy the last 10 seconds. And there you have it. What a classic.
Does the champ Miguel Angel Torres retain his belt, or is it going home with Takeya Mizugaki back to Japan?
Frank, let's go back and look at the action from round 5 and look at this exchange.
That's a testament of how this fight's been. Even though Miguel Torres is pushing forward and throwing blows, and there's Mizugaki trying to throw blows right back in there. What a war back and forth. One of the best fights I think we're going to see, we've seen yet, and probably seen in a while.
Well, Miguel Torres and Takeya Mizugaki, an absolute throwdown, an instant classic here in the bantamweight division as we go to Joe Martinez for the official decision.
Your winner by unanimous decision, and still WEC bantamweight champion of the world, Miguel Angel Torres.
So your winner, Miguel Angel Torres, the bantamweight champion.
And now we go out to Hollywood, Florida, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, the battle between Razor Rob McCullough and Donald the Cowboy Cerrone.
A huge opportunity for one of these fighters. Will it be the former champ Rob McCullough or Donald Cowboy Cerrone that takes a huge step towards a title shot?
I'm the former champion, soon to be champion again, so, the #1 contender spot. It means a lot to me at this point, so I'm ready to fight for it tonight.
I want to fight the old Rob, the Rob that was the champion, the guy that everyone was thought no one could beat. That's who I want to show up tonight. I hope that's the Rob that's here. the one that comes out gunslinging, ready to go, because I'm ready.
You know, everybody enters the cage thinking, you know, their idea of winning. You know, a grappler guy thinks he's going to take you down and submit you. You know, stand-up guy thinks he's going to take you on his feet. You know, everybody's going to talk. I'm not talking the talk. I just want to do this.
Rob doesn't respect me. He doesn't think I'm on his level. He underestimates me.
I don't take any fight easy. I expect this to be a bloody war.
This is perfect for me. You know, I beat Rob tonight, and it puts me in line to fight Varner.
After I beat Donald, they're going to need someone for Jamie, and I'm ready. I want my belt back.
As we take a look at the tail of the tape for this lightweight bout scheduled for 3 rounds. Rob McCullough checks in at 31 years of age. He's 5'8", 155.5 pounds. His reach, 69 inches. Donald Cerrone, 25 years of age, 6 feet tall. His weight, 156, but his reach, 73 inches. And this should be a great fight. Jose Ortiz will be our official for this 3-round bout.
You ready? You ready? Timekeeper, let's go.
And like a lot of people, I think I'm interested to see which Rob McCullough shows up. The one we saw prior to the Jamie Varner fight, or the one we saw at Jamie Varner's.
I think a lot of those answers were in the past when we've seen Rob McCullough not do well or not fight up to his potential. It was, I think, a little bit of a conditioning issue.
Yep.
You know, he came in real heavy to some of those weigh-ins, and that caused the problem. I think he's... Oh!
And McCullough with the heavy fist connects early with the Cowboy.
The Cowboy went for a switch step. Looked like he was going to throw a right hand, too, down the pipe. Got caught with his left hand being down a little bit low. He's a taller guy. He needs to keep his left hand at least up with his eyebrow to avoid that shot from Rob McCullough.
You talk about a guy who can throw some heavy leather. Razor Rob McCullough fits that bill.
Yeah, Rob McCullough is a powerful striker. I mean, very decorated. We've known that, you know. That's what got him to the title, and that's what's probably going to bring him back into that contingency is he's going to be, you know, is his striking ability.
He was very powerful against guys like Kit Cope and Richard Cleek Crunkleton, and then Jamie Varner got him in a stand-up affair. And Cerrone now using that reach.
Yeah, but, you know, again, though, Cerrone, though, I don't really like his hand defense, to be honest.
Too low?
Yeah, it's a little bit low, and it's a little straight up and down, you know? You see, he's posed a little bit easier of a shot for...
Oh!
Yeah.
And a big right connects, drops Cerrone to his knee, but he recovers quickly.
Wow, Cowboy just, you know, some good resiliency, but he needs to figure something out because Rob McCullough's going to keep finding a home for that right hand. And it shouldn't be that easy to land a straight right hand when he's that, you know, with that much kind of a height difference also. I mean...
Yeah, Rob's giving up a good 4 inches to Cowboy Cerrone and a 3-inch reach advantage.
Rob has his hands in a perfect spot. See, his hands are up by his eyebrows. Never drop lower than his cheekbones, up by his eyebrows. That's why he's, you know.
And something he didn't do in the Varner fight. Look how he's constantly moving his head, his hands. He's a tough target to hit.
Yeah, he is. You know, Jamie Varner, I've always was very impressed with his striking.
Right.
In the last couple of fights, you know, he left a little bit to want to have. You know, here we see he's using the kicks.
Oh! And the Cowboy connects with a straight right, dropping McCullough to the canvas. Now he gets the full mount, and Cowboy's going to rain down some vicious elbows.
Rob McCullough's giving up the arm bar by posting up like that. He needs to figure out a way to get out of this and not giving up his arm at the same time.
Trying not to give up his back and do anything as he goes into a defensive position, but Cowboy certainly has the advantage, and McCullough now just trying to regroup.
What patience. I mean, I really thought Cowboy was on the losing end of that. Striking exchanges from McCullough. Looked like he was getting more and more comfortable, and the speed and height of Cerrone came through. He was able to fire a right hand right down the pipe and stun.
Donald Cerrone now is just railing down on those. He is just posturing up and then posting up the head of Razor Rob McCullough.
Yeah,
his mouthpiece has been knocked out.
Yeah, McCullough needs to be able to push one of those knees away or up and roll. He needs to go ahead and roll across his shoulders, holding on to the wrist of Cerrone.
He has to give up the back there, but
excellent.
a nice reversal.
Watch the triangle, though. Cerrone is one of the better guys off his back.
Trying to pull the head down.
He's very dangerous off his back, so Rob McCullough cannot fall asleep here. Pivoting on an arm.
Stop time, stop time, stop time, stop time, stop time, stop time.
What are we stopping for?
Time.
What?
Time. Stay neutral corner, mouthpiece.
Oh, the mouthpiece
came out.
That's correct. You got to put the mouthpiece in once there's a little time.
Right here. Give me some water.
Rob McCullough has had his moments while we have a brief break here. Watch this first connect.
Yeah, he was doing a switch step, boom, ran right into the right hand.
You ready, Rob? Let's go.
Rob McCullough again. Here's Cerrone's left hand's in the bad spot. He got dropped again there. Was able to bounce right back up. But now, Donald Cerrone has landed his own right hand. We're in a fight now. That's the striking game, guys. It's so fast that, and that's why I feel that it's best to keep the basics sharp, hands up high, because you never know. You blink for a second and you eat a shot. Donald Cerrone still swaying that left hand. I mean, excellent. He's a good kickboxer, no doubt about it. Those kicks, he's setting up some very nice roundhouses. A little more of a traditional Muay Thai type of stance, though, you see he's in. A little more flat-footed, straight up and down, looking to go ahead.
Oh, just tapped him.
With a jab, wow. I think Rob McCullough's still stunned from the...
I think you're right. And he gets caught again with a straight right, but the cage is his friend, but not this time. The Cowboy pounces
20 seconds,
and
can he
Razor's
finish
got
the
nothing.
fight? And can McCullough hold on? I think he's gonna survive to the end of the round. He's gonna wrap up the head.
Keep that mouthpiece in.
10 seconds to go. Can Razor Rob McCullough hold on for dear life? Will he see the second round?
He's gonna make it, guys. Thank God. I want to see another round. I gotta see another round.
Are you kidding me? Look at this action.
What a great straight right hand by Donald Cerrone. He timed it right. He went ahead and took the kick to throw it, but there he got dropped with the right hand. That's when he came in earlier with his left hand a little bit low. Still keeping it there, but he's fired some shots off here. He just, wow, what a, I mean, I think that jab dropping Rob McCullough is more of a constitution than a testament to the fact he's still hurt from the first knockdown.
I think in the cage.
What a nice other fast hands. Donald Cerrone is long and he's using that reach.
Well, Rob McCullough said it in his pre-fight interview. He said this is going to be a bloody war, and he got just that in round one.
He called it.
Back up a little bit, Rob.
Donald Cerrone, Razor Rob McCullough set to go at it once again as the fans here in Hollywood, Florida appreciate these two warriors.
Time, let's go.
This is just round two.
Cerrone is so composed for a younger fighter. I mean, wow, he's just, he looks like he's been the one that's the former champ, very composed, almost kind of like half asleep, Look how relaxed he is.
He is just
He doesn't waste
shooting
any
now.
energy.
Those punches were not getting through earlier. Now they are. McCullough still coming out, throwing some big leather shots.
As Cerrone's defense will still, maybe that works for him, I think he's leaving opportunities for McCullough, to land those shots, which he's proven that he can drop Cerrone.
Rob McCullough maintaining that head movement. Takes a shot once again.
That's nice. See that? He went ahead, has Rob McCullough hurt, and he's going to go for the back. Rob McCullough pulled his knees up very good. He's got 2-on-1 wrist control. I don't think he's going to... Donald Cerrone is looking for
something.
Rob McCullough's getting dropped.
Oh my gosh.
Those shots to David Cerrone are...
He gave him a fake. Well, he gives up the back now. This isn't good. And look at that. Once again, like he did in round number one, he reverses on him. Rob McCullough does.
Watch the triangle. Donald Cerrone has an excellent triangle. He's already posted on the wrist. Rob McCullough needs to get off his knees, put one knee through. Oh, there the triangle came. He got out. Good identification of that submission by Rob McCullough. Donald Cerrone has a lethal triangle.
And he's throwing multiple moves at him.
Again, look at Donald Cerrone, though. That's what really impresses me. Look how composed the guy is. I mean, I guess when you're sparring with, like, Dwayne Bang Ludwig all the time. Armbar, he's got it. Wow. How is Rob McCullough not tapping to that?
Look at that.
Donald Cerrone is close. Rob McCullough,
what amazing defense by McCullough.
I would have called that a submission and done. I don't know how he was able to alleviate the pressure on the arm.
And McCullough connects on a straight right.
That right hand, again, just Donald needs to pick that left hand up a little bit. It's the only really opening that he really has in his game that's leaving it for Rob McCullough to come in.
McCullough may be wounded, but he is still firing off huge shots.
Donald Cerrone has some power.
Oh, no question.
Good leverage, you know. He comes in, even his jab, he's putting his hip behind it. You can see how he's stepping down the same exact time that his jab is hidden. Has a lot of pop on that. And he's using his jab not just as a range finder, but it's another weapon.
I'll tell you what, we've seen action just in a round and a half. We've seen a lot of fights that go 5 rounds.
You know, Rob McCullough can start maybe if he comes in, you know, closes the distance with his jab and fires an overhand right, that's still an opportunity for him to land that shot because of Donald Cerrone's posture with his left hand. There, the right hand again lands. Again, you know.
Oh,
right hand
McCullough.
again. Right hand again. I mean, I guess we all see it besides Donald. Yeah. Pick your hand up. Rob McCullough now, that's keeping him in the fight there. He's landing those shots over and over again.
The momentum has swung in this fight back and forth.
See, there he kind of had his left hand a little bit.
Brought it up.
And he caught that on the elbow. That saved him from having to eat a shot. I mean, he has a great chin. I mean, he's taking shots. But, you know, you want to talk to your grandchildren and tell them what you did when you were younger, you know?
Less than a minute to go here in round number 2 in this terrific lightweight bout between Razor Rob McCullough in the black trunks, the cowboy, Donald Cerrone in the white with the black trim. Both men have gone to the canvas multiple times.
Nice roundhouse. That's a classic, you know, the left hook, right roundhouse. You throw a left hook to push your opponent's weight on the leg that you want to attack, being his lead left leg, and then that way it's hard to check with your shin because it's hard to pick your leg up when your weight's on it. So you throw the left hook, right roundhouse. Wow, he's just
shots of the night just keep coming. Under 10 seconds to go here in round number 2. Will we see a third and final round?
Nice body kick. I'm glad that we're seeing Rob McCullough fighting at the top level right now.
So there will be a third and final round. Let's take a look at the action. Once again, it's Donald Cerrone sharpshooting. Look at this. Right on the button, Frank. Yeah, just that left jab.
Accurate, steps in with the jab. He does a switch step there. That's him. He's switch stepping through the right hand, came up with the uppercut, the lead uppercut on the left side. Yeah, I can't believe he got out of this armbar. I mean, I guess right now, the closer look, I can see that his elbow wasn't that deep, but guys have tapped from less, and Donald Cerrone was trying to transition for a triangle.
All right, last round. You ready? Last round.
Well, at this point, Frank, what are you more impressed with, the patience and composure of Donald Cerrone or the escapability and the just warrior attitude of Rob McCullough?
Both are impressed me, I got to be honest. Donald Cerrone, though, has impressed me. I mean, he's standing toe-to-toe a good Rob McCullough. Rob McCullough's shown up in the past, not at top form, and shown, you know, chinks in his armor at those times. But right now, he's fighting, I think, an excellent, you know, to his ability. This is a good version of Rob McCullough. He's brought his A game, and Donald Cerrone's standing there with him.
Changing angles, trying to sneak one through, and Cerrone just keeps bringing.
Donald Cerrone has an excellent repertoire of kicks, hands. Like I said, the only thing I've made a remark on all night was where he keeps his left hand, which...
And he goes on the shoot, and McCullough was not expecting that.
No, that's smart. His corner probably called that. I mean, Greg Jackson, his corner of Donald Cerrone, is an excellent MMA coach. Really a smart, well-rounded guy. He probably called that to go ahead and score a point, get Rob McCullough down, get the mount right now. He's scoring points by doing so that way in the eyes of the judges, this is clear cut here. The battling back and forth of exchanging of strikes, you know, that can be up to whose opinion, where you are on the cage, what you're seeing. You know, you might not see the same shot I see, you know. So, but with a takedown to a pass to a mount, that's pretty clear cut. Ooh, the knee was there, huh?
Oh, big shot, almost connecting with the liver.
Yeah, that's a painful place. I've been kicked there before, even with shin pads on. It sucks to get kicked in your hip.
Well, we've seen that before, and a fighter will just drop.
Yeah, you get dropped in the hip to the rib area. It's right below the elbow. You get caught there in the floaters, the floating ribs, the ribs that don't connect true to the front, and it can be a devastating fight-ending blow.
Rob McCullough looks like he's trying to set up that big right hand, hoping to hit a home run with this one. The Cowboy has been susceptible. Cowboy just keeps coming forward and throwing an arsenal at Rob McCullough.
Yeah, Donald Cerrone's chin is helping him out here too, because, oh, what a beautiful. Right. Wow, that was great speed, set up. He faked the kick there and then put his foot down immediately and fired that straight right hand.
Cerrone's almost in amazement that he has not been able to drop McCullough and keep him down. He just keeps coming back.
He's using the jab now to time McCullough perfectly, which he should do. He's the taller fighter. He countered there with a nice counter right hand. If he can do that, if he can constantly make Rob McCullough eat his jab coming in, then keeping the left hand low is not as much of an issue. It's when Rob McCullough is able to close that distance with nothing hurting him, and we've seen in the middle of that second round, he landed, what, 4 unanswered right hands in a row?
Yeah, McCullough's straight right has been successful tonight. As we approach 2 minutes to go in the third and final round of this lightweight bout between the Cowboy Donald Cerrone and Razor Rob McCullough. Nice sprawl by McCullough. Cerrone, though, makes him pay when he comes up.
That was great. He shot in, tried to get the legs. Rob McCullough did a beautiful sprawl, and Cerrone backed out instead of getting caught in a front headlock, was able to come back up and throw some hands.
There's that right again from McCullough. Conditioning not a factor, I think, for either fighter. They are in great shape.
You know, and also not just being in shape, but they're fighting very economically. They know how to fight this style of a fight. They're both excellent strikers, and they're not wasting energy. They're fighting within rhythm, and they're
which is not to say we haven't had some great flurries.
No, not at all. They're not holding back. You know, it's just that they're not fighting out of their rhythm. They're not fighting with poor technique. So that makes it to where you're more economical. It's like a runner with a good stride. If he runs with his perfect stride, he can run longer. But if he shortens his stride or elongates his stride, he's running out of his own personal rhythm, and it's going to get him more tired.
Well, in what could be the fight of the night, we are into the final minute of this third and final round of this lightweight bout. Rob McCullough in the black trunks, Donald Cerrone in the white trunks.
Surprised Rob McCullough hasn't really just went ahead and thrown it all out the window looking for that right hand to land on Donald Cerrone. It's the only shot that he's been able to drop Donald with. Whereas Cerrone's came with a plethora of techniques. He's landed the left uppercut, the right hand, switch kick. Oh, flying knee.
A veritable cornucopia of moves coming from the Cowboy. Nice. He shoots again on Razor Rob.
That just, I think, just sealed the deal. The stand-up, you know, that could be whose opinion on who's doing what. But now Donald has a second takedown. If he can get the mount. Oh, here comes the knee.
Look at that. As hard as Rob McCullough has been rocked, he has done a fantastic job staying in this fight. Oh, and he connects one more time to Cowboy, and McCullough stays on his feet, and that's it. It'll go to the judges.
I think that's pretty clear who won that fight.
What an absolute epic battle inside the cage.
Donald Cerrone's no joke. Right hand switch step, and he faded away to avoid any counter. Here he's gonna do a step, lead left knee. Oh, it was beautiful. He switch stepped into it, generated a lot of power.
So we now go inside the cage. Joe Martinez has the judges' official decision.
Here are your judges' scoring totals: 30-27, 29-28, and 29-27 for your winner by unanimous decision and still undefeated, Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
So it's Donald Cerrone getting the victory over Rob McCullough.
And next, we head back to Sacramento, California, Arco Arena, where Jen's Little Evil Pulver takes on the California Kid, Uriah Faber.
It's the California Kid taking on Jen's Little Evil Pulver, and the joint is absolutely packed here in Arco Arena as they are expecting a huge show.
This is big for the WEC, yeah. Big for 145, yeah. But this is one of the biggest fights of the year.
Got a lot of respect for him, but
I'm going to be trying to take his head off.
He's the champ, period, and he's been rolling through people. That's going to be tough to stop. Literally, I got a big man beat on him. It's time for big brother to come in and put the boots to little brother.
You can shake hands before and shake hands after and bring hell in between. And that's what's going to happen. It's not just coming from me, it's coming from him. I know he's going to be trying to knock my teeth out, and I'm going to be trying to rip his head off.
I don't have to hate him to hit him as hard as I possibly can. I definitely don't have to talk trash about him to go out there and try and beat the living mess out of him.
It's going to be like a tornado of, things flying, and it's going to touch down in the cage, and one guy's going home with the belt.
One of the reasons why I need this belt, I need to be the best now, because I'm a different person. Sport's a different place, the world's different to me, and I want to be the best.
He's a dangerous guy. He's pointing his finger in my face saying, this is my belt, I'm taking it from you.
Nobody knows how bad I want this belt. I need that belt. I want it. My career needs it. I need it.
I know I'm gonna win. I know I'm keeping my belt.
As we take a look at the tail of the tape for this featherweight title bout, Uriah Faber, 29 years of age, 5'6", his weight, 144.5 pounds. Jens Pulver, 4 years his senior, 5'7", his weight, 145 pounds. As we get set to go inside the cage alongside Frank Mir, I am Todd Harris. Uriah Faber is here, Jens Pulver is here, and there is a belt on the line inside Arco Arena.
Ready? Let's fight!
Uriah Faber and Jens Pulver both sporting the black trunks. This should be a very explosive bout. Faber paying respect to Jens Pulver. And look at Uriah Faber with the speed and everything.
Oh, that is a nice right
Big
hand.
straight right.
Yeah, you're not going to run straight in on Jens Pulver. Not when he has that left hand cocked like that. That's a great strike to throw. The right roundhouse, because it keeps it nullifies Jens Pulver's left hand. He has to block that kick, and if he's blocking it with his left hand, he's not throwing it. That was a nice knee. One to the hip there. Return the favor, Jens Pulver.
And we've seen Uriah do crazy stuff in the clinches before.
He does. He has great head control, though. You see how he's got his head in there? Very difficult. Nice uppercut. Again, the right hand. This is the nicest I've seen Uriah Faber stand up look.
Wow.
Wow, he is
just teeing off right now on Jens Pulver.
He's coming in there like a Bernard Hopkins type right hand. He's ducking his head, makes it safe. It's hard to retaliate back, and he's firing that right hand right behind it. It's like a double weapon.
Faber giving Pulver all kinds of angles to look at here early on, and Faber with a slip.
That's, I think, an indication of how that fight was going. The fact that Jens Pulver was quick to take advantage of that slip and jump on top of him. A lot of people probably would have thought, including myself, that he would have wanted this fight to stay on its feet, but Uriah Faber is winning the fight on the feet.
Let's not forget Jens Pulver is a former Division I wrestler from Boise State University. He's no slouch on the mat, but I agree with you. I think he'd rather keep this thing on its feet.
I don't think that that's the same feeling he's having now, though. The fact that he took it down like that showed that he needed to catch his wits about him.
And an inadvertent poke in the eye. That shows the mutual respect. And I think the best comment we heard was, I respect the guy, but I still want to knock his block off.
That's it. When you two guys go in there in mixed martial arts, you just want to fight, find out more about yourself, test yourself. There's no animosity needed. You just go out there and you go to war. Nice right hand to the body, but left hook, lead hook, right hand back. Jens Pulver throwing it to the body of Uriah Faber. Man, Uriah Faber's really got that right hand working for him right now. Lead straight right.
Jens comes up with a big knee, you're right.
That's a good answer for that fact that Uriah is ducking his head in.
I'm telling you what, the heavy hands of Uriah Faber is something we haven't seen in a while.
We haven't had to. His formula of fighting, of just taking his opponent down, overwhelming him with takedowns, and crushing them with his ground and pound or submissions has always worked. Now we've seen him. That's the great thing about being in a tough fight. We get to see more of what the champ is made of. We never knew he could box like this.
Oh,
now he's in a situation where he has to.
He's cocking that right hand and coming at all kinds of angles with Pulver. Brings in a knee. Jens Pulver with great exchange returns as well.
Great stand-up from Uriah. I'm really impressed. We know Jens was good on his feet. He's boxed professionally. Very well versed with the hands and kicks. There again, the straight lead right hand.
And a combination as he comes back.
A left hook and slip to counter straight left by Jens.
A wry smile from Jens Pulver, but Uriah Faber continues to come with combinations.
Nice body kick.
With less than a minute to go here, Uriah Faber barely looks winded. We've talked about his conditioning. It is world class.
He can't get tired. I think it's humanly impossible for him. Spinning back knuckle. There we go. Nice combination, retaliation from Jens. Best combination so far of the match for him.
What a revelation the stand-up attack of Uriah Faber has been. You bring up a good point, Frank. We haven't had to see it over the last 4 fights because they've all ended in the first round by submission.
Here we see him against a top quality guy, one of the other best fighters in the world in this weight class. And this is the great thing about seeing this. Look at this. We're seeing the best of Uriah Faber being brought out and the best of Jens Pulver.
Less than 10 seconds to go here in round number 1. And we will go to round number 2. Jens Pulver, Uriah Faber, a great opening round here. As both men make their way back to their corners, let's listen in. So we are set to go, round number 2, about to get underway. Uriah Faber, Jens Pulver. This one is scheduled for 5. And once again, both men coming out looking extremely fresh.
Uriah's definitely setting up a lot of things. Oh,
unintentional kick from Uriah Faber. Jens stepped into it, and Uriah's foot was already there. Let's look at it one more time.
Uriah was trying to throw an inside leg kick here. You can see it coming across. He was trying to go, and he just came too deep. It's a matter of inches to mess that kick up. It truly is that unintentional. But going back to what Uriah might be setting up now, the fact he's firing that straight right hand, he's being very successful with it. He's got Jens distracted from what we thought Uriah would do in the first place, which make this a ground fight. Now he's going to lull Jens into a stand-up fight, and let's see if any of those right hands ends up turning into a takedown.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a pretty good call, huh?
Frank has got his crystal ball working well tonight. Uriah Faber now going to what we thought it would be in round number 1, an all-out assault towards Jens Pulver, but the veteran Pulver, he knows exactly what's coming, he knows how to defend it.
Yeah, this is the worst place to be with Uriah Faber. Him on top of you, against the cage. He is a master of this position. Very strong, great jiu-jitsu. He can pass, he can strike, and I guess he just hits so hard from this position and doesn't get tired. Some guys will lay on you. They're taking a break here. He ain't taking a break. He's looking to go ahead and put your head through the mat.
Constantly moving, Uriah Faber. Jens Pulver trying to find a way out or just to neutralize what Uriah Faber is able to do down here.
He's doing a good job. He got that left overhook. He's got Uriah's right arm pinned. It's doing decent. He's not taking a lot of damage. I've seen a lot of people a lot worse off of the wear in that position. In fact, he just got up to his feet. Now easy feet against the champ.
Great work by Jens Pulver, getting this back onto its feet.
Uriah's winning the stand-up war, and Jens just got up from the bottom being held down. nullified Uriah Faber's ground and pound earlier.
During the first round break, Jens Pulver's corner said they want to see more kicks from him.
I think to nullify the head movement of Uriah Faber. His head's moving so nicely. It's hard to hit that with a punch, but he can raise a kick up or a knee and it takes a wide angle shot at it. Vicious uppercut left hook. Wow.
Faber going to town on Jens Pulver
There's
right
the flying
now.
knee again. What a chin from Jens to take that shot and keep in this right now. Did you see the oh, what an uppercut.
Trying to regroup, and Faber's going to town. He's teeing off on Little Evil.
Wow. Jens Pulver's a hero. Look at that, holding off in that onslaught. The champ was going after him. Not many guys in the world would still be here right now. That's amazing, and he's throwing back.
Jens a little slow in the feet right now. You can see now he's giving it right back to Uriah, and I gotta guess Faber's saying, "You gotta be kidding me."
Wow, look
Big
at the turnaround. Is Uriah a little hurt?
Tags him again.
Jens has a good choke from this position. We've seen it against Cub Swanson. He's really improved upon his jiu-jitsu. Not a place for Uriah to rest. Here he's starting to pull the arm through. He's starting to set up. Look at that, he's getting the arm through. Uriah's identified it. He's hitting a short drag to take the back. He has the hips. Uriah moved in front, though. I don't understand that one.
Frank, we are just flat out seeing the best in the business right here.
Oh, and now Uriah's coming back.
Working those angles again on Jens Pulver.
I think Uriah maybe had to take a little bit of a break, caught some shots when he was going in after Jens, and now it looks like both have recouped. Look at that right hand of Uriah Faber. It's a hammer, it's fast. His right hand now looks just as much of a factor in this fight as we thought Jens Pulver's left hand was gonna be.
20 more seconds, Jens Pulver looking for that break that's coming. Uriah Faber trying to bring on the onslaught right now, and he just can't set him down. So we will see a third round in this epic battle for the title. Jens Pulver and Uriah Faber, what a great bout as we go inside the corner of the defending champion, Uriah Faber.
Perfect exchange right there. He went every aspect. That's how you get him tired.
And for the first time in a long time, Frank, we have seen Uriah Faber tired and actually being pushed to the limit. Jens Pulver, a veteran, is doing a fantastic job, and he just needs to get a little more aggressive possibly and land some more punches to really rock Uriah Faber. Faber looks to be in control, but I'll tell you what, if you are a fan of mixed martial artists and you are a fan of both these men, you are certainly getting your money's worth here.
This fight has been everything it's been built up to be.
Round number 3 underway. We are scheduled for 5. This for the WEC featherweight title of the world. The defending champion, Uriah Faber, takes a big kick from Jens Pulver. And Frank, I gotta tell you, with about 30 seconds to go, I thought Jens Pulver was done. Faber was throwing everything at him.
He was, and then he came back, and Jens looked like he had Uriah in trouble. And then it turned once more. This fight's going back and forth.
Great sprawl by Jens Pulver.
Wow, the
look
speed.
Look how quick. And the recovery by Pulver.
Right now, one difference I'm seeing so far in this fight is just pure quickness. Uriah Faber is quick. That seems to be the element right now that's affecting Jens. He has the height and reach advantage, but the speed and quickness which Uriah is closing the distance and firing that straight right down is just difficult to deal with. Look at that right hand down the middle
Big straight
again.
right, and Jens Pulver says, bring some more. Uriah Faber happy to oblige. Nice
Uriah put his
uppercut.
hands out, got caught with the left uppercut.
There is a nervous anticipation inside a sold-out Arco Arena. I think a lot of people did not think this would go to the third round.
Oh, fake shot, right hand. Perfect classic combination in MMA. Uriah ducking his head again. He's eating 2 uppercuts now. I thought Uriah was hurt there for a second. He might have been, but he covered it up so well with that Anderson Silva type rising there. And what a phenomenal body kick. Doing it again.
Wow.
That's going to take its toll. That's all shin across the ribs.
And Pulver just keeps on coming.
Great hips from Jens. Great wrestling. Able to take it on top. Uriah has the underhook though, and the whip. Uriah needs to get his shoulder deeper in the underhook. If he gets his shoulder deeper, he can nullify that wizard.
Jens Pulver now working that right elbow to the head of Uriah Faber.
He has to be careful. He has to keep his hips flat perfectly. That's how you
fully
stop.
Sprawled out.
Yeah, he's fully sprawled out, but he has to be careful. If he sprawls too much, Uriah can pull him over the top, come up for the single. Nice. Uriah needs to get his head up, though, to avoid any kind of choke. Butterfly guard sweep. Uriah nullified, and he might just get the mount from this position.
2 Division I stud wrestlers, and look at that. Across the front, Uriah Faber with a vicious elbow.
Uriah taking a rest here. Well, take it back. Looks like he was rested.
Exactly what Jens was thinking.
Yeah, I guess Jens thought the same thing I thought. Maybe the guy was actually going to take a breather. Jens going to push off and get his left foot across, go for the shoulder lock. He's flat on his back now. This is not good for Jens. There he goes. Moving to his hip. He's going to go the butterfly sweep again. He's locked his hands behind the head. If he can get his hips, his butt scooted between the legs of Uriah, he can elevate him up and try to sweep him to his left. Jens holding on. I think he just wants to get a referee to stop this over.
And stand him up?
Yeah, get a stand up.
Uriah gets one more elbow in. Josh Rosenthal says, stand it up.
Look at the side of Jens Pulver's right side of his face. Those left hooks are just taking their toll. Uriah needs to get his right hand back up.
Frank, you may not love him in Sacramento, but Jens Pulver, you got to respect this guy. What a warrior.
There's nothing but respect for this guy. This guy is this is the first time we've seen Uriah Faber in a war.
And what a revelation, Uriah Faber's stand-up game. Everyone else in the featherweight division now in the WECC saying, Grill, great.
Yeah.
He's got that too.
Now what? Now what do you do?
Coming up on 10 seconds to go in this, the third round. We're scheduled for 5.
I think Uriah's noticing that eye too. Look, he came with that lead hook.
So we will see a 4th round of action between Jens Pulver and Uriah Faber. Good action again in round 3.
Took the back, blocked the hips, suplex. Nice.
And watch how fast, though, Jens Pulver, he is a master of recognizing what Uriah is doing, but those elbows, Uriah can strike from almost anywhere.
Gentlemen.
So here it is, round number 4. Many people did not think we'd get this far, but we are on.
Frank, I don't even dare go to where you have this thing scored so far because it is complete absolute war, and Jens Pulver has answered the bell every time. Uriah Faber's thrown almost everything at him, and Faber takes a big left to the side of the head. Pulver comes in. Great combination.
Oh. I have Uriah winning this fight. He's edged out each round. It's a close fight, but round by round, there has to be one winner in that round. So even though that we might see this be, a 50 to 20, 45 fight, it's because he's edging out each round. You can't just sit there and go on a total of that it's close. No matter how close a round is, if one guy wins it, he wins the round. And if it's really close and he wins the next round, now it's 28 to 30. He wins the next round, even if it's barely, now it's 30 to 27. And right now I have this a 30-27 fight. It's a close fight, but Uriah's doing
just enough to get him.
He's winning. Yep. He's landing more shots. You can just look at the difference in the guy's face. Jens Pulver's been on the more of the abusive end now. He's also not scored as many takedowns, and on the ground, Uriah Faber's been more effective with the strikes. He's landing more kicks, landing more punches.
But I guess what's the most shocking thing, Frank, watching here ringside, cage side, is the punishment Jens Pulver's taken over those first 3 rounds, and he's still coming.
Comes from a hard camp. Milic's camp trains hard. They beat each other up. This stuff right now that's happening in the ring, this is not the first time this has happened to him. He's not in new waters. He's used to being in wars.
Well, the partisan sellout crowd right now is firmly behind Uriah Faber. A bit anxious because I think a lot of people here thought he would end this thing in the first 3 rounds. And here we are.
Slipped the hand through a nice right counter. I think the left hooks are really going to start scoring for him. I don't see how Jens is able to see those right now with the state that his eye is in. Uriah just needs to still be careful. Jens Pulver still a powerful one knockout punch type of guy.
Keeping an eye on that left of Jens Pulver.
He's beating him up with the right roundhouse too. That's one way of keeping a guy's left hand from firing out. Keep firing into his rib cage. Keep firing shots to his head. Nice takedown. He was kind of shooting for the hips, came across the outside leg hook. Look.
Yep.
And this again, now when we hit the ground, Jens is also, it's a close fight on the ground, but Uriah is just landing some shots that are doing damage. So far, Jens hasn't landed any shots on the ground yet and hasn't had any close submission attempts. So again, it's a close fight. But right now, Uriah Faber's edging out this round.
Jens has made the mistake several occasions of taking this opportunity to rest, looking over to his corner, trying to get something. And as soon as he does that, Uriah comes over the top of an elbow.
Like I was talking about earlier, it's hard to train for a guy like Uriah because that's normal for guys. In certain positions, you have that like unspoken agreement when you clinch and you hold, and you know you're both resting. Uriah Faber doesn't need to rest, really. He just keeps firing shots off. So where a normal guy in your gym would rest, he doesn't. So you get programmed for that. It's impossible to train for a guy with conditioning like him because who mimics it? Who in Jens Pulver's gym can push at the pace Uriah Faber can push at?
Coming up on 1 minute to go here in round number 4. This one's scheduled for 5 for the featherweight world belt. Currently on the waist of Uriah Faber, who's on top and in control right now, and dishing out the punishment to Jens Pulver. But as we've mentioned, over the course of these first 4 rounds, Jens Pulver has been able to answer after taking devastating after devastating shot from the champ.
And Jens' guard, too, he's not winning the ground battle because you can see the way he's holding on. He's just trying to tie Uriah up, clinch him like a boxer would try to smother a guy. He's using his guard effectively to try to block a lot of the strikes Uriah's throwing. See how he's holding his own ankle over the top? Uriah here is just trapped. But there's really no danger coming right now from Jens. He's not doing any kind of threatening maneuvers. His hips aren't moving side to side. He's not attempting to do anything besides minimize the damage and get this fight started back on his feet. So right now, this whole time they've been on the ground, in the judge's mind, the clock has to start. He's winning the ground battle right now.
So we will see a 5th round. Uriah Faber, the defending champion, is being pushed. Let's go inside the corner of Jens Pulver.
We're going to let him come to us, okay? You'd stand in the middle.
And counter. That way, if you're walking him down you're walking into shot.
And for Uriah Faber, the 5th round is all about staying safe. Here we go, the 5th and final round for the featherweight world title. Jens Pulver has answered the bell every single time, and there's mutual respect as they come to the center of the cage.
I definitely have Uriah's won every round of this fight. Again, it's been a war, but he's won each individual round. You can't just judge a fight by the totality of the fight. It's round by round. So really, Jens needs a knockout to win, or a submission. He needs to end this fight. Winning this round alone, in my opinion, will not win him the fight. So we're going to see if he comes out with that kind of devastation to go ahead and try to take out Uriah.
And you know what's great about Uriah Faber? We've seen this in other fights before. Fighters that have the fight pretty much won on their minds and their cards' mind, they'll come in and coast. Uriah is still coming full speed ahead. He wants to shut this thing down.
See, there's again the right hand. That's been the punch that's really been, that's been the success of this fight so far for Uriah. Everything he's done has pretty much been set off that lead right hand. The left hooks, the jabs, everything's been because that lead right coming out, faking it for the shot. There we go. Faked it through the right hand. That body kick's also been very effective.
Faber, for the first time, starting to show a little bit of fatigue. Jens Pulver has been absolutely phenomenal in this bout.
Well, with 3 minutes and 25 seconds to go in this fight, we have seen an absolute classic here from both fighters. Uriah Faber and Jens Pulver delivering. After all the buildup and the hype, the fans came out in droves, sold out Arco Arena, and these guys have certainly delivered.
It was a nice 1-3 combination. Uriah threw the jab, came across with the hook, and then fired off the straight right hand.
And what's so impressive, Frank, is we're in the 5th round and these guys are still throwing devastating combinations. That just is certainly a testament to their conditioning. Faber continues to come forward on Pulver.
Man. Speed, that's like I said, the detail of this fight is that Uriah Faber, you know, we say a lot about his conditioning, but his quickness is unreal. He's so quick.
Pulver for a second there had Uriah Faber in a bad position, but Uriah gets himself out of it. Jens Pulver, look how composed he is. He continues to come forward, trying to find an answer and trying to put the champ down.
Frank, and I asked you before this fight started that it was going to go all 5 rounds. What would your thought have been?
I would have thought it was realistic. Remember, I said it was going to be a war. We were going to definitely see Uriah Faber pushed. We were going to see somebody he wasn't going to steamroll through. And this is what we've seen. We got to see a champion go out there and test himself against another fierce competitor to see what the champ is made out of. We've seen him hurt. We've seen him almost finish Jens and have Jens come back and hurt him. And we've seen him recover. Look at the stand-up game we got to see from Uriah. He's dug deep.
Both men have certainly dug deep, and Jens Pulver has taken some devastating shots, and he just keeps coming forward. I've been so impressed with what Jens Pulver has brought to the WEC, and I know Uriah Faber respected him before. He's certainly got to respect him even more now.
Coming up on 1 minute to go, the final minute of this featherweight title bout between Uriah Faber on the right side of your screen and Jens Pulver. Less than a minute to go, and everyone in Sacramento inside the Arco Arena are up on their feet. What a battle this has been. Faber looks to retain that belt, and Jens Pulver looking for a miracle right here to try to pull something off. Faber's just on his game tonight.
He is unbelievable. With the body lock there, stepping across, he's going to take the back. Jens Pulver sat through, didn't get his back taken. Uriah Faber's in a good position now to sit out the last 25 seconds. I think now it's foregone conclusion he's just won this fight. I don't see Uriah Faber or Jens Pulver doing anything.
He's given the signal. The California kid is given the hang loose signal. Something he normally reserves for the end of the fight. We're into the final 10 seconds. What can you say? An epic battle. An absolutely epic battle and mutual respect for both fighters.
And what a fight indeed. Uriah Faber brought the stand-up game. He brought the jiu-jitsu. But give all the credit in the world to Jens Pulver because he answered everything that Uriah threw at him. We go inside the cage. Joe Martinez has the official results.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 of the most exciting rounds ever in the featherweight division, we go to the scorecards. And one more time, Sacramento, for the 2 best featherweights in the world. Let's hear it. And here are your judges' scoring totals. Judge Nelson Hamilton scores the bout 50-45. Judge Richard Bertrand and Marcos Rosales come to the same score of 50-44. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision and still WEC Featherweight Champion of the World, the California Kid, Uriah Faber!
So congratulations to the California Kid, Uriah Faber, with a victory over Jens Pulver. Our next fight, as we stay in Sacramento, California, the champion, Miguel Angel Torres, puts his belt on the line against Yoshiro Maeda. It's Miguel Angel Torres making his first title defense in the bantamweight division. Across from him, it'll be Yoshiro Maeda, and he says he is taking the belt back to the land of the rising sun.
Being a champion or not a champion, I don't feel that before I walk into the cage. I go into my zone, and I hone in on my opponent, and that's all I concentrate and focus on until I'm done.
Miguel, I came from Japan just to beat you up, so prepare yourself.
I don't like the fight to go too long because for my opponent's health, I don't want to hurt him too bad. You know, the longer the fight goes, the more I'm going to break him down with strikes and elbows and knees and eventually submit him.
I know Miguel is good on the ground, but if I get a chance, I'm going to grab his head and rip it off.
The WC belt's hanging in my gym, and it's not leaving anytime soon. It's going to be there until I plan on retiring.
When I become champion, it's going to be the happiest moment of my life.
I have no doubt in my mind. I'm 100% sure I'm going to walk out as a champion, and I'm 100% sure that I will finish him.
As we take a look at the tail of the tape for this bantamweight championship bout, Miguel Angel Torres, 27 years of age, 5'9", 135, his reach, 76 inches. Yoshiro Maeda, 26 years of age, 5'7", 135, and a 68-inch reach. Alongside the champ, Frank Mir, I'm Todd Harris. Our official for this bout is Herb Dean.
Ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
Maeda in the white trunks. Torres in the brown and white trunks. Torres is trying to push the pace. Look at the aggressive stance he has. It's Maeda who grabs a leg and takes Torres to the ground.
He slipped on the kick more than get taken down. He saw the punch coming. That was intelligent. He decided to pull guard. Oh, nice knees.
Big combination. Torres looking to end it quickly.
Miguel's angry.
He's already got a little bit of blood coming from his nose.
Maeda keeps pushing it forward, though. Look at the stance he has. Very aggressive, backing down Torres, something we haven't seen. And there again, a straight right from Torres, but he goes to the canvas. Is it just that Maeda is so unorthodox that he's throwing Torres off his game?
Yeah, see how he put his hands there? You think just tag the guy when he puts both his hands out. But it's odd at first when it happens. you're not ready for it. It throws you off your rhythm. You're used to seeing a guy with his hands up ready to fight.
Both men capable of throwing vicious knees, as you saw in that last exchange. Look at that. Maeda ducked right into it.
You know, people, that slap to the side of the face, I'm telling you, it's hitting the ears. It disrupts equilibrium.
Not comfortable.
No, it's actually very painful, aggravating. Boom,
got him in an arm bar. He's got him in an arm bar.
Has a shoulder lock, trapped the leg. He's going to sweep from this position and end up on top.
Wow.
Great job from Yoshiro Maeda to get out of that. He was in trouble there.
Torres does not look as crisp as we saw him in Albuquerque.
I think he's finding a little bit of emotion more than he's used to. He's kind of angry. He's being more vicious. So sometimes that pulls you out of your rhythm. You're not as loose and relaxed. But at the same time, I don't know. You really want to make.
Yeah, it's just he's showing patience right now. We talked about that being one of his strengths. Maeda kind of shadowboxing, cat and mousing him right now. Torres, this is his first title defense as the bantamweight champion of the WEC. Got that belt back in February as he submitted Chase Beebe for the title.
Some nice kicks. All shin. Axe kick from Yoshiro Maeda. Nice knee. Roundhouse again. Maeda's starting to be on the wrong end of this stand-up exchange here.
And I don't think we've seen the full arsenal of Torres yet.
Here again, anger more.
Wow. Big knee from Maeda.
Nice, he slipped the right hand, came back with a straight right hand. Both guys exchanging clinch knees. Hard kick, another straight knee. Pulled guard. Had the half butterfly guard there. Yoshiro Maeda looks like he's gonna try to stand and pass.
Look at, he continues to work in every position.
Miguel Torres is just so versatile. You see he's using his heel at that moment to take advantage to bash in on his sciatic nerve in the side of the leg. Here he's gonna pass, swept over the top, knee bar attempt.
And Maeda goes on the offensive, swinging big. One minute left here in round number one. This one's scheduled for 5.
Maeda continues to be able to counteract the kicks and punches coming from Torres, but the hands keep dropping down, which is always something very dangerous in MMA. Frank, are you surprised at what you're seeing so far in this fight?
I expected it to be awkward from Yoshiro Maeda's input. I think he's doing a lot better in the jiu-jitsu than I expected when he hit the ground. Oh, nice knee to the liver.
Wow. Torres just missing.
A little uglier of a fight than I expected on his feet so far. But I think, again, it's coming that Miguel Torres is just really just, I think when he needs to calm down a little bit, he's fighting with a lot of emotion. He's almost kind of like these two are in a street fight right now. This isn't a prize fight.
So round one comes to a conclusion and a deep stare from Miguel Angel Torres. Frank, what did you see in round one?
Well, one thing is for sure, Miguel Torres, from what I see on this side, is unbelievably conditioned.
Meanwhile, Yoshiro Maeda being attended to by his corners. We get set for round number 2. Maeda probably surprising Torres just a little bit here because he continues to come forward. So this is it, round number 2. Miguel Angel Torres and Yoshiro Maeda. This one is scheduled for 5. One is in the books. And Frank, so far, if you had to pick one fighter to give that first round to, who would it be?
I might slim more towards Miguel just because he looks like he's trying to finish the fight more. He's not playing the tricky game. But then again, too, we've seen the blood coming down Miguel Torres' face, so it looked like maybe Yoshiro Maeda did more damage.
Miguel Torres trying to find a spot to land that big overhand right. Yoshiro Maeda doing a great job right now. He is in the white trunks. Torres in the brown, and Torres goes down again. He went for the kick, Frank, and he got caught one more time. It's Maeda now, and Torres says, bring it on, and there's a huge up kick. And Torres is back on his feet. What a great fight.
Both men respected each other, but both men want to knock the other out. The gamesmanship.
This is the best fight I think I've ever seen.
This is unbelievable.
This is awesome. I am so happy. I'm sitting here watching this right now. Few moments in fighting, you get to watch two guys who are unbelievably good clash like this, and just both are ready, both are conditioned, both are just on their game. Looks like they got the blood control pretty well from the cut on Miguel Torres' head. It really looked like, though, it was from earlier in the round. I keep thinking that it came from the headbutt when he was getting taken down. I never saw a definitive shot really land on the top of the head there.
Torres comes in with a nice combination, then comes in with a knee, then stomps the foot. He's showing everything right now, and Maeda taking a big shot to the chin.
Those knees are raining in good. Did he hurt Maeda a little? Oh, Maeda comes up with a great recovery. Turn it around, look at this.
This is unbelievable. It is an all-out throwdown inside the cage here in Sacramento.
Heel hook attempt. Maeda's going for the heel hook. So far, he's getting out. Now he's got a straight leg lock.
Torres content to just unload some punches to the rib cage of Yoshiro Maeda.
Going for the toe hold. Breaks the ankle. By straightening the leg, though, it really takes a lot of the pressure off. When your knee's bent, it's easier to rip it. Now you got the straight toe hold on Miguel. The toe hold again. They both got toe holds on each other. This is like symbolic of this fight. Both these guys are not going to tap. They don't care. They're going to give up both their own feet.
And there's still over 1:30 to go in this round 2. We're scheduled for 5.
Look at Miguel coming down with the heel.
I cannot believe this.
This could not describe this fight any better. Miguel's an opportunity to take the back here. If he can come up on top.
Oh, big
elbow. Look at that
elbow.
reverse elbow from Yoshiro Maeda.
Torres did not see that coming.
No, that was real slick. That was a nice move. Miguel's getting back to full guard, going for a triangle. He has no arm, though. He missed the arm.
Oh, what an exchange.
What a fight.
This is high-quality mixed martial arts from Arco Arena in Sacramento, California. Coming up on 40 seconds remaining in this round number 2.
He's working the guillotine. He's trying to get the hand inside right there. Yoshiro Maeda's pushing in. He's in the guillotine now. He got him. Wow, he goes up for the mount. Does he have the choke? We can't see from here. Got his arms out.
Got it out.
Obviously the choke was in deep, though, for Maeda to be able to give up the mount like that. He was in trouble. Oh, raining down elbows. Gonna give up the rear naked choke now, though. He has a figure 4 body lock. 12 seconds. Nice elbows coming from the side.
Maeda's in trouble right now, and Torres knows it. Does he have enough time here in round number 2?
No, but he stole the round. He got the round.
And Miguel Torres finishes with a flurry here in Sacramento. Yoshiro Maeda and Miguel Angel Torres, what a round. Both men head back to their corner here, Frank. Miguel Torres receiving some attention that he has not seen in a while, and Miguel Torres was in trouble for much of this second round, but he was calling it down. And look at the up kick. Both men tried everything to end this thing with a submission hold. Miguel Torres, though, Frank, and I have to agree with you, I think he stole this at the very end. He was much more of an active fighter. So here we go, round number 3. This one is scheduled for 5. So here we go, round 3. Miguel Torres in the brown and white trunks, Yoshiro Maeda in the white trunks. The pace has slowed down just a bit, but look at Torres, comes out now with some classic boxing. Torres is still the aggressor.
Nice exchange.
Miguel Torres, you're a defending champion, reigning champion in the bantamweight division of the WEC in the brown trunks. In the white trunks, Yoshiro Maeda from Japan.
Miguel seems to be finding a pretty good home for that right knee. It's not catching full blunt, but it's definitely getting there. He's doing jab, cross, hook, and then clinching and firing that right knee right up the middle, because the one thing I've seen so far that Maeda is not doing correctly is on the exchange, he's ducking down. Miguel Torres must also be picking that up. That's why he's throwing that combo so much.
Oof, big
nice
left from Maeda.
Left hand, yes. Good kick. He timed the kick just right. Fired it while Miguel Torres was just throwing on one foot. Nice.
Big flurry. Torres closes in, continues to sharpshoot on Maeda.
Definitely has that jab down right now. One thing I noticed from here right now, looks like Maeda's right eye is starting to close. If he could keep working on that jab, he could really disrupt his vision. Fired again, another hard jab. The right side of Maeda's face is really swollen right now, filling up with blood. He needs to keep marking that down with his left hand. There he goes. Yep. Keep pumping it, pumping it. He needs to then fake a few lead hooks off of that. Here come, nice uppercut. Powerful jab again. A nice snapping hard shot and getting out of there. Maeda needs to do something and come up with a resolution against this, or some kind of counter, because that eye is going to be a deficit. This is a 5-round fight.
And we are coming up on exactly the halfway point now of the fight if it goes 5. And it looks like conditioning is starting to favor Miguel Torres.
Miguel Torres is extraordinarily conditioned. Some of the stories I hear from his gym are mounted on the side of mythology. Nice roundhouse to the body.
Yeah, the snap of the punches that Maeda had in the first 2 rounds, Frank, seems to be gone right now.
No, he's definitely not doing as well on his feet as he was in the first round. I think that unorthodox style will work at the beginning of a fight because it throws your guy off. But now Torres is such a well-schooled striker that he's figured it out and he has a solution for it.
Wow. Maeda getting all kinds of shots in there, and Herb Dean, our official, jumps in there quickly. Look at Torres continually working.
Nice reach around, toss. He's going for the shoulder lock again. Triangle attempt. He has the far side shoulder. Maeda's doing an excellent job of fending off the guard of Miguel Torres.
Look at that, elbows, punches, heel kicks.
Here's the problem though, he's on top, but he's not, from this moment on in the fight, he's not doing more than what Miguel Torres is doing. Miguel Torres is throwing all kinds of strikes, all kinds of submission attempts. That left eye, that right eye
is
keep closing it.
Closed. He's going to continue to work that left jab because I don't even know if Maeda can see it coming.
I don't think he can either. Be interesting to see if he starts throwing left kicks to the head from there. Beautiful right hand. Left hook, right hand.
Herb Dean really watching the eye closely.
Coming down to the final 15 seconds here in round number 3, but this one is scheduled for 5, believe it or not.
Please don't stop the fight.
Maeda and Torres in an absolute epic battle here in the WEC.
So we're going to a 4th round in this bantamweight title fight here in Sacramento.
And as both fighters head to their corners, the doctor's been called inside the cage, Frank.
Stop.
The doctor has seen enough. That right eye of Yoshiro Maeda is just too swollen, and he has been told that he will not be able to continue. And the word has just reached Miguel Torres. The fans a little disappointed, but if you get a close enough look at his eye, it was the right call. Torres comes over in a classy move. Maeda respects him, and what a tremendous fight the folks here at Arco Arena have just witnessed. That was an absolute epic battle. But again, the safety of the fighters come first, and the eye of Yoshiro Maeda was just too swollen. All right, Frank, let's go back and take a look at some of the action in the 3rd round.
It was an unbelievable battle.
I think a lot of people thought this thing would be over in a round, maybe 2 tops, and Maeda really impressed a lot of people.
No, I think everybody, if any fan in his right mind, would be screaming for a rematch.
Let's go inside the cage. Joe Martinez has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, during the rest period prior to the beginning of round number 4, physician at ringside advises referee Herb Dean to stop the bout due to injury to Maeda. Therefore, your victory and your winner goes to the defending WEC Bantamweight Champion of the World and still the champion, Miguel Ángel Torres.
So it's Miguel Ángel Torres who defends his bantamweight belt. For our next fight, we stay in Sacramento, California for the much-anticipated rematch between Uriah Faber, the California Kid, and the champion, Mike Brown. In the featherweight division, this is what everyone's been talking about. The former champion, Uriah Faber, and the current champion, Mike Brown, getting together for the 2nd time.
Pressure's on Uriah. I'm ahead 1-0 on the scorecard.
The great thing is that I get a chance to fight him again. I get a chance for redemption. I get a chance to prove to the world and to myself that I am the best guy in the world.
He's got to win this. If he loses to me, he's 0-2.
This is my spot, and he's standing in it. So I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to take it to him. I'm going to get what I feel is mine, and I'm not going to make any mistakes.
The people that say that I got lucky, it's because they never saw me fight before.
I've been lucky 21 times. I just go out and fight. When I fought Kern, he was probably number 2 or 3 in the world. Uriah was number 1. Leonard was like 2 or 3, and I'm putting him away.
To have lost the belt the way I did and to regain it back in my hometown, this is, my chance to be a hero. I can't wait to get in there, end the speculation, end the reign of Mike Brown, and get my belt back.
All that really matters is who has a WEC title. That's the #1 guy in the world. I have that belt. I'm the champ.
As we take a look at the tail of the tape for this featherweight title bout between Mike Brown and Uriah Faber. Brown checks in at 33 years of age, 5'6", his weight an even 144 pounds. For the former champion Uriah Faber, 30 years of age, 5'6", his weight 143.5 pounds. So folks, we are set to go alongside Kenny Florian. I am Todd Harris. Mario Yamasaki, our referee for the night.
There you go, puncher, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go, come on!
And the sold-out crowd in Arco Arena is set to see a great one.
Uriah has to use his speed advantage to get in and get out.
In their first fight, you remember, Kenny, Uriah was able to land a couple early quick jabs.
He's got to use that footwork, get in, get out. Watch out for that right hand of Mike Brown. Mike Brown has underhooks here. He's in a good position to take him down and clinch.
This just shows you just how big and powerful Mike Brown is. Normally, Uriah Faber throws lesser opponents off.
Very, very strong at this weight.
Don't grab their shorts. Don't grab
Working,
their shorts.
trying to get some knees in there. Nice elbow by Brown. Trying to muscle Uriah around the ring.
And that's something we don't hear very often. Someone's going to muscle Uriah around the ring. But that's exactly what Mike Brown does.
He's a beast. He's a beast. He's looking to feint and try to get inside. Just got caught with the right hand. Nice kick by Uriah Faber.
This
right
is
to the
what
head.
he does, the unorthodox striking of Uriah Faber. His confidence is going to grow with every shot he lands.
And this is what I'm afraid of. His hands are starting to drop here. He has to stick to his game plan.
Is Mike Brown quick enough to land that one big shot like he did earlier against Uriah and like he did against Leonard Garcia?
All it takes is one. All it takes is one shot. He's got to time him on the way in. But Uriah is using his speed very effectively, circling away from Mike Brown's pressure. Great job.
And the left eye of Mike Brown has been opened by Uriah Faber. And Faber now gets him in the clinch. Is it deep enough? Is Brown strong enough to get out of this?
Uriah has a phenomenal guillotine, but he's out of it. He had it on the wrong side.
Faber gives up the back, but as he will say, he trains like this all the time, giving up the back intentionally, but not against a guy like Mike Brown.
He's got to watch giving his back here. Mike Brown is cut, but he's got a very good position on Uriah here. These are the positions he needs to avoid against Mike Brown. He's getting back to his feet here. Nice knees by Mike Brown, right to the head. He's staying on top of him. Nice one, right to the chin.
Uriah protecting himself, spins out with an elbow momentarily, but Brown's not going to let him loose.
You can see Mike Brown has that horsepower type strength. Yep. Uriah is the explosive type of speed and power. Nice knees.
Two quick knees from Uriah Faber. Brown with a big overhand right. And there you see the damage to Brown's left eye. It's not closed up, Kenny, but it is puffy around that left eye.
Yes, it is. This could be a factor, especially if this fight goes in the later rounds. That eye may shut in the next couple of rounds. Uriah should try to work that side. Keep working those feints. Those feints are going to allow him to get in without Mike Brown able to counter and time him coming in. Those feints throw you off.
Faber continuing to bring combinations with speed. Mike Brown rocks solid, and Faber hits him square on the head, but Brown counters. Now it's Brown on the attack.
That was a big shot. I'm not sure it hit him directly in the chin. It looked like it was the top of Mike Brown's head. Mike Brown is still...
Look at this. Uriah flips out of what looked like to be a good clinch by Brown.
Mike Brown is still pressuring him, although he took that big shot. He's in a good position here, setting up the possible guillotine or Peruvian necktie.
Brown, look at his side control, so he relinquishes the clinch he has on Faber. Coming up on 30 seconds to go here in round number one.
Nice escape by Uriah, getting to his knees here. Nice front headlock now by Mike Brown. He's going to look to try to get around to Uriah's back or possibly work a guillotine.
Uriah trying to nullify the guillotine as Brown is trying to sink it in deep. Under 10 seconds to go, and Uriah's holding on tight as he has the single.
And round number one goes into the books. What a great fight as we are underway with the California Kid Uriah Faber and the champion, Mike Brown. And Mike Brown off to a good start, as is Uriah Faber alongside Kenny Florian. Let's go back to round number one. Kenny, take us through the action.
This is why everyone's so excited to see this fight. What a back and forth battle here.
And you're right, Kenny, it is a back and forth battle. This one could have ended in the first round, but both men so determined to see this through and take the belt.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
The champion, Mike Brown, nearly getting Uriah Faber in the choke there, but Faber lives to fight another day. Here we go, round number 2. Mike Brown, the champion, Uriah Faber, the challenger. This one's scheduled for 5.
Uriah keeps going with that front kick. The speed advantage for Uriah is very apparent here. Mike Brown's trying to work his way in.
Getting you watch a tendency that Mike Brown seems to have here. When he's coming forward and he throws a punch, he's dropping his head down.
You know, I think it's the feints that's really throwing him off. That speed that Uriah possesses is really throwing Mike Brown off. Mike Brown needs to throw some more feints to try to get on the inside and time Uriah.
Brown steady as always, trying to tee off on Uriah Faber. Gets two good shots into the body.
It's a nice uppercut by Brown. Caught him up against the fence. Uriah was smart enough to try to circle away from that. And there's that footwork again. Nice kick. I think Brown needs to be a little bit more versatile here. I think he should throw more kicks. You can see Uriah is mixing it up better, which is going to throw Mike Brown off. Brown is stalking here. Uriah is trying to circle away from that power and that pressure. Nice movement.
Big punch from Mike Brown. Uriah tries to escape, and Brown doesn't let him out.
Nice takedown. You can see the strength of Brown. He's in side mount, which is a great position for him. Nice elbow to the ribs there. Uriah's got that underhook, which is going to allow him to get to his knees. But Mike Brown doesn't allow. He actually goes into the guard of Uriah to try to keep him flat on his back. Probably a good choice there. He's going to work his ground and pound.
Uriah doesn't have a problem giving up the back.
Mike Brown is actively seeking out that guillotine. And here, Uriah's speed isn't a factor. On the ground, when he's on top of him, this is his way of slowing Uriah down, which is a smart strategy. You can see that Uriah's speed is just too much to handle on the feet.
Mike Brown, an absolute brick on the ground, and that's where he's going to have his most success. Trying to figure out how to crack Uriah Faber here on the mat as we approach under 2:30 to go here in round number 2.
Uriah's doing a great job of getting out of some very difficult positions here. Side mount, getting out of that back position. He's going to try to separate those hands and try to get out. Mike Brown has a cross switch, which isn't allowing Uriah to get out of there.
Faber on the defense, takes it to the ground. He's got a clinch in on Brown, but is it deep enough?
Uriah has a very dangerous guillotine himself, but Mike Brown does the proper escape. He goes to the opposite side that his head is on. That is how he was able to escape that guillotine. Very nice escape by Mike Brown. This is a battle. This is a battle. On the feet, on the ground. What a technical fight. Look at this. What a reversal. Uriah has him in a crucifix position, but Brown once again has a single leg. He's going to try to run the pipe here and take him down. He lets go of the single leg and chooses to go with the body clinch here.
While Faber is being lifted up in the air, he has a chance to look up and check the time left as we are under 1:30 to go here in round number 2. Uriah swings for the fences and a kick, and he's ready to go in the stand-up game.
This type of wrestling on the ground, on the feet, really wears on the muscles of the fighters. And Faber is still explosive here. His recovery is phenomenal. Mike Brown is pressuring here. Uriah is able to fend him off. Great footwork by Uriah. Uriah's got to keep his hands up, though. He has to respect that right hand of Mike Brown. Nice elbow by Uriah.
You know, Kenny, he's getting in, getting some, and then he's getting out. I think it's frustrating Mike Brown, but Brown just keeps coming forward.
It is. You can see Mike Brown is getting a little frustrated out there. Nice takedown by Brown. He's relentless with those takedowns.
What's the finish?
And this is where his strength and size advantage is going to come into play in that clinch position.
Coming up on 10 seconds to go here in round number 2. Brown favored to the rematch.
Two down, and hopefully we'll see 3 more action-packed rounds like we have in the first 2. Uriah Faber looks absolutely spent, and Mike Brown does as well. Remember, the last time they went at it, the fight did not go this long as we go into the corner of the champ, Mike Brown.
Okay? So let's count down, get the distance, move your head, okay? And I want you to get him down and go for the half or full, away from the cage. I want you away from the cage. On the clinch, you just want your elbows, okay? If you pass, he's gonna give up his back. Okay, that's why I don't want you to pass. He's gonna give up his back. Go.
So they are on their feet here in Arco Arena. Will it be Mike Brown, the champion, or Uriah Faber, the former champion? We are set to go here with round number 3.
Marcos D'Amato, Mike Brown's coach from ATT, encouraging him to take this fight to the ground, saying that if you get on top, you'll pass the guard, and he's gonna give his back up. Uriah has been doing that, but Mike Brown hasn't been able to capitalize at this point. Uriah going for that liver punch with the left hook. Showing nice movement. Uriah has to be careful ducking his head down. Oh. Nice elbow by Uriah Faber. Mike Brown's trying to go for a guillotine here. I'm not sure he's gonna be able to lock it up. Uriah needs to hop his body to the other side. He needs to get his body up to the other side to avoid this choke. If his head is on the left side, he needs to get his body. He's on the wrong side. Mike Brown lets go. He's gonna pass here though. And as Mike Brown's coach said, he did give his back. Can he capitalize here? Wow. Uriah is so fast, so slippery, so hard to hold him down.
Mike Brown, though, is he wearing Uriah down?
Well, that's it, having that body weight when you're on your back, when you're on all fours like that. Trying to hold that weight up can be very taxing. But Uriah looks to be in phenomenal shape. I mean, he fires right back. This is the beauty of seeing the little guys go at it. It's nonstop.
Faber favoring that right elbow right now. Not going with the right punch, but the right elbow seems to be his favorite attack mode right now in this round 3.
He's definitely catching Mike Brown with it. And it's the beauty. I mean, he's mixing it up with all these different strikes, elbows, kicks, punches, shots to the body, shots to the head. It's tough to see what's coming there.
Mike Brown is a constant. He keeps coming forward. Faber with a combination
landing
again.
That right elbow.
Mike Brown's done a great job of protecting that left eye that got tagged early in round number 1.
I wonder if it was that big overhand right that caught Mike Brown earlier. It seemed to hit him on the top of the head. I wonder if there's any damage to the hand of Uriah Faber. Perhaps that's why he's throwing that elbow.
He is definitely favoring the right elbow over the right lead jab.
And that's got to hurt him. I mean, it's great that Uriah is adapting like that, but what does that do mentally for Uriah right now going into this fight, knowing he can't throw that big right hand?
Look at the sprawl.
This is the first time we've seen Mike on his back here.
He does not want to be there.
He's going for a leg lock. He's got a heel hook now. He's got a lot of pressure there on that knee. Uriah has to be able to roll out of this. If Mike Brown can kind of turn his body towards the right, he can create the leverage to get it. He's gonna bail on it, get back to his feet.
And there was that back spinning elbow that we saw in Florida last year.
You can see Uriah shaking out that right hand, Todd. He's shaking out that right hand. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a broken hand. Hitting the top of the head with your hands, never a good thing. That's one of the hardest parts of the body.
Well, he has definitely not landed any significant blows with the right hand itself. The right elbow, that's another story.
Big right hand by Brown. That caught Uriah. He's throwing an open hand strike with his left hand. I wonder if both of his hands are injured. He keeps throwing elbows. He hasn't thrown any punches in a little while. Keeps shaking out that right hand. Uriah has to stay moving. He can't be trapped up there against the fence. That's exactly where Mike Brown wants him. Mike Brown has underhooks.
Under 30 seconds to go here in round number 3. This one's scheduled for 5. Mike Brown, with his back to you, is the defending champion. Uriah Faber, the former champion. We are in his hometown. Faber, he rules Sacramento, but can he pull it off tonight and get his belt back as we approach under 10 seconds to go here in round 3?
So we will see a 4th round between the champion, Mike Brown, and the former champ, Uriah Faber. What a great round. Good exchanges for both fighters as Mike Brown goes to his corner, receives some detention, as does Uriah Faber. Now, fitness, not a problem with either one of these guys, but Uriah Faber does look spent. Let's look at the action one more time. This from round number 3. Uriah Faber with a straight right. Then he comes back, Kenny, with a combination, and then he starts using the elbows.
Yeah, you see him throwing repeatedly that right elbow. He's landing it beautifully. But you got to think, with him not throwing those punches, there's got to be something wrong with his hand. He keeps shaking out that right hand. And even his left hook, he's kind of throwing it like a slap. He's not even throwing it with a closed fist.
This was the sound we picked up during the break after the 2nd round.
Go to the body. Go to the body.
Right, all right?
I can't. My hand's broken.
Hey.
Okay, no.
Right elbow.
Okay, you're right, Kenny Florin. They said keep throwing that right hand. He said, I can't. My hand's broken. So Uriah Faber's right hand in somewhat of a questionable state, but he will go on, and we will see a 4th round, and we are underway in Sacramento.
Uriah's got the heart of a champion. He's not going to quit. He's going to find a way to win. He's going to use elbows, knees, whatever it takes to get the job done, even if his fist isn't working 100%.
Takes away one bit of his arsenal, that jab with the right hand and the right power that he has, but the elbow has been extremely effective. And of course, Mike Brown doesn't know that his hand is not hurting. Look at that kick.
Nice knee. He started throwing that left hand a bit. He went to the body, went upstairs.
So Faber is technically down a right hand. Mike Brown, the left eye is starting to swell a bit.
One thing Uriah has to be careful with is circling to his left, which is circling to Mike Brown's power hand. He's circling to the power of Mike Brown. He has to be very careful circling there. He has to keep that range and make sure he stays out of that range of that dangerous right hand of Mike Brown.
Do you think there's any way Mike Brown has a sense that something's wrong with Uriah's right hand?
It's possible that his corner informed him of that. He's just throwing elbows, but it's hard. You know, you really want to focus on what you're doing, not necessarily what your opponent's doing. It's hard to really pick up on things like that.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here, Kenny, with 3:30 to go here in round number 4. How do you have this one going down?
You know what? I have Mike Brown winning this fight. You know, Uriah did a great job in that 1st round. Possibly could have gone his way in that 1st round. But the rest of the rounds, I think I have Mike Brown based on his takedowns and based on the effectiveness of his groundwork. Because it's pretty even on the feet, right, at this point. I thought Uriah did win that 1st round, though. Fighters are definitely starting to slow down here a little bit in round 4. Mike Brown looking for a way to get on the inside.
Figher just tucked out of a big right that Mike Brown threw as we approach 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in round number 4.
Yeah, Mike's starting to load up a little bit on those punches, and you're going to see those things coming. He's got a single leg now that he's working on that he just let go. He's got an underhook. He's working that clinch position where he's been pretty successful. And he threw a nice elbow there off the cage.
If Uriah's corner knows that his right hand is basically ineffective, Kenny, would you tell Uriah to try to shoot and get this thing to the ground?
Yeah, you know, that's definitely a good place to be on top of Mike Brown. Question is, how good are his hands to get a hold of his leg and work those takedowns? And does he want to risk dealing with the sprawl of Mike Brown? Uriah's really starting to slow down now. He's coming with some nice short elbows, though. That landed very nice. Nice body shot by Brown. That seemed to hurt. That seemed to hurt Uriah. That backed him up. Nice right hand to the body there.
Yeah, you see that time Figher shaking his hand as he backed away. And he is all strictly right and left elbows. And I think Mike Brown is starting to sense something.
Yeah, Uriah just said, ow, after one of those blows. His hand's got to be killing him right now. He's got to use that movement, try to use those short elbows, and he's got to get back to using those kicks. If his hands aren't working, his corner should be yelling at him to start working those kicks again. Uriah has phenomenal kicks. And it can't be just that push kick or that front kick. He's got to come with those roundhouse kicks to the body, to the legs, to the head, and really mix it up here on Mike Brown.
Under a minute to go here in round number 4. We're scheduled for 5.
Uriah's trying to time him in. Time him with one of those elbows. He is throwing the left hand. The fighting with one hand's never a good thing. Nice knee by Uriah. If Uriah can get a takedown here, he may be able to steal the round. Mike
As
Brown
we
working
approach
the body.
15 seconds to go here in round number 4.
And it looks like we are going to see a 5th and final round in this title bout between Mike Brown and the former champion, Uriah Figher. Who is going to walk away with the belt? Does it go back to the camp of Uriah Figher here in Sacramento, or does Mike Brown retain his belt?
They're in great shape. But even this fast pace will tire you out. Beautiful short elbows by Uriah. You've got to admire his ability to adapt on the fly out there. Nice short elbows.
He's dead. He's setting. You see everything he's throwing right now. You have to make sure you can hit him. You get out, you hit him again, you hit him. You got everything. You got his timing. Watch out. Come on, go back to Florida. Okay? I want you to win this round. You're winning. But you're going to win this round for me. Okay? You're going to win this round for me. You're going to win this round for me. For me, buddy.
Figher in visible pain. Mike Brown, he is ready to go. It is the 5th and final round for the WEC featherweight belt. It's on the line. The challenger and the champion.
Looks like Mike Brown's got a little bit more pep in his step here. Nice rhythm, trying to find his way on the inside. That very tricky elbow of Uriah. Uriah's getting back to those kicks that I think he needs to do here. Nice clinch by Uriah. Nice jab by Brown. Brown's starting to find his range with that jab now. Nice body kick by Uriah. You see, with his hand being messed up like that, he can't secure a guillotine. He needs to grab his own hand. So Uriah's in a very tough spot here. but he's got the heart of a champion. He's not going to quit. Nice escape. Brown doing everything he can to bring this fight to the ground. Uriah's just so crafty. Nice hook by Brown. Knee by Brown, big right hand, missed its mark.
Well, cage side, they've been tracking this. Uriah's really used his right hand only 2 times since round number 2. So he's at a serious disadvantage. Mike Brown could care less, though he continues to stalk Figher.
Uriah's trying to work on a guillotine. Brown just picks him up with ease. There's that horsepower strength of Mike Brown. And now Uriah gives up his back. Mike needs to kind of get that left leg out of there. But in doing that, he gives up position. But he needed to do that if he wanted to take his back. Brown's now working some nice feints, trying to work that jab. Anytime Mike Brown is loading up on his punches, he's missing the mark. He needs to go for speed here instead of power. He needs to focus on that. And when he does that, he's much more successful.
Figher continuing to modify his game and coming with left and right elbows.
Nice level change by Mike Brown, avoiding that big elbow. And now he has Uriah in the same position we've seen before, but Uriah is just so hard to keep down.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the 5th and final round.
Brown working those knees at the head of Uriah Figher.
Go grab the fence.
Well, after 23 minutes of fighting inside the cage, both fighters understandably look just spent. And Figher is going to try to do something here, see if he can't close this out.
Figher's got a serious choke here. He had to let go. He couldn't secure it with his hand. He could not secure that choke. His arms were in the very same position that he would use for a rear naked choke. He used it as a modified guillotine position, but Mike Brown, in turning, escaped, and Uriah's hand could not secure that position.
As we go under 1 minute to go in the 5th and final round.
Nice kick by Figher. He needs to keep going with those kicks to the body, to the head. He needs to pull something out of his hat here if he wants to get a win. Uriah needs to go for a flying knee, a big kick to the head, anything, try to pull this fight out.
Under 30 seconds to go here for the belt.
Nice double leg by Mike Brown.
And that may have just done it, Kenny.
Yeah.
Brown is just not letting Uriah attack.
He's relentless with that. What an elbow by Figher. That caught Mike Brown pretty good on the chin.
Under 10 seconds to go.
These guys are warriors.
It's over.
What a fight. What a phenomenal fight.
Now, Kenny, you are right. A classic between Mike Brown and Uriah Figher as we go back to the action, starting with round number 1.
You know, Figher really set the pace in that first round. Used his speed very, very well. And you can see him right there pointing to his hand saying, it's done. In the clinch is really where Mike Brown was able to shine. Just too big, too strong with his wrestling there in the clinch. Figher did a great job of getting back to his feet, but Mike was just too relentless in there.
And round 3 was the round of elbows, but then Mike Brown started coming forward and just stalking Uriah Figher, almost sensing that he was unable to use that right hand.
You know, the heart that both these guys are showing is just phenomenal. You know, he just kept coming despite the hand injury. And you know what, it could have been 2 hand injuries going into this. I mean, Figher is a true champion in my eyes. Brown was just relentless with his takedowns and pressure. And this was Faber's best shot, I thought, of winning the fight here. Very, very tight choke, but he had to let it go. That was very tight. Mike Brown had to go to his back to avoid that submission.
But what a fight for both men as we now go inside the cage. Joe Martinez has the official decision.
Judges Doc Hamilton and Marcos Rosales both score it 49-46. Judge Tony Weeks has it 48-47. All three for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, WEC featherweight champion of the world, Mike Brown!
Mike Brown retains his belt by way of a unanimous decision over Uriah Faber. In our next fight, Ben Henderson takes on Donald Cerrone as we head to the Lone Star State and the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas for the interim lightweight belt. Will it be the Cowboy, Donald Cerrone, or Ben Smooth Henderson? Both men have their eye on the prize, which is the interim lightweight belt to be decided tonight in San Antonio.
I'm not looking past Ben. I'm focused entirely on Ben. I just need to get through Ben to get to Varner, and that's my overall goal, is to get the rematch with Varner.
This fight is important for me because it's this next step in my career. This is my first step in the WC towards a championship. It's the interim, so it's number one contendership. After this one will be for Jamie's belt.
Ben is very, very athletic, very explosive. He can come hard, come fast, and I plan on taking his body out.
Yeah, I don't need any other agendas. I don't need somebody else's name to pump me up. I will be the best, and I will win because I just don't want to lose.
The biggest challenge that Ben presents to me is the takedown, you know, so that which is often, because this is a tailor-made fight for Varner, you know, I can work on all the takedown defense I've been working on and get ready, sprawl and brawl, knock him out, and then go see Varner.
It doesn't matter whether or not Donald believes I have knockout power in my hands or not. He's going to see it tonight.
This fight is definitely going to live with the expectation. I'm going to knock his ass out.
As we take a look at the tale of the tape between Donald Cerrone and Ben Henderson. Cerrone checks in at 26 years of age, 6 feet tall, 154.5 pounds. His reach, 73 inches. For Ben Henderson, 25 years of age, 5'9", 155. His reach, 70 inches. Alongside the champ, Frank Mir, I am Todd Harris. We are set to go. This one is scheduled for 5 rounds between the Cowboy and Ben Smooth Henderson. Cerrone comes in and he has a slip right off the way, and Ben Henderson goes right at it.
Early mistake by Cerrone. Henderson just decides to charge on it.
Nice guillotine right now that Cerrone has on him, though. Look at that. Oh, he has a tight guillotine.
The neck.
If he just pulls guard now, too, it might just finish it off. Oh, that's a power guillotine over the top.
Henderson may have made a mistake by rushing in.
If he gets out of this, that is a tough, God, that is a deep choke. I haven't seen many, I don't think I've ever seen anybody in competition. When that hand goes behind the head with a guillotine like that, it is over with usually.
Well, we saw him get rocked early by Shane Roller.
Oh, what a combination. Looks like he's gonna get out of this one, but is he gonna get his arm caught though? He's got his head out. I can see that the chin is relieved out from the triangle choke, but that doesn't mean he's safe from getting an arm bar.
Well, we talked about Donald Cerrone's striking ability, Frank. He is showing everything tonight.
Let's see if the elbows start raining down from Donald. Wow, already, I mean, those are some awesome, You're right. Again, we keep talking Donald Cerrone, Muay Thai guy. But look at the submission attempts and the transitions that he's gone to already in the first 30, 40 seconds of the fight. How much did that take out of Ben, though? Return favors with a guillotine of his own. Wow. That is...
So how do you like that first minute 45?
Phenomenal. Championship fight, no doubt.
Ben Henderson in the black trunks, Donald Cerrone in the white trunks.
But that's exactly what we're saying, what Donald needed to do to begin with is make Ben pay for wanting to go to the ground with him or for shooting on him. And right there, that's in the back of Ben's mind right now, that when he stuck his head up on his hip, that guillotine attempt, the two that he transitioned to were vicious. Super quick right hand coming from Took the single, dropping down right now for the head inside single. See if he uses his foot to go and sweep down.
You surprised that Henderson took the single?
Yeah, it's off the kick. No, not at all. I think he needs to. Now he has a good deep double. He's got the hands locked behind the hips. He could rip Donald Cerrone down from here. He just needs to pull his legs away from the cage. Just one explosion. His hands are connected. Explode and pull back. Explode. There we go.
There you go.
But right now, right off the bat, he's already in submission trouble. Here comes the triangle. Ben did a good job identifying at that time. Look, the knees inside.
There.
Pass the feet over. There's some nice strikes. That's a perfect way to stay inside a guy's guard. See how Ben's driving forward? There, head up and rain down destruction with your hands. There we go. Watch the up kicks though. Omoplata attempt. That's too loose there. He's gonna be okay in this position.
Cerrone tries the double up kick. Henderson responds though.
That was just tenacity there. He drove forward. Donald was pushing up to get up to his feet, doing a hip exit.
Controlling the ankles, Henderson now.
Henderson's in phenomenal conditioning. To be stuck in 3 vicious chokes right off the bat for as long as he was and not even be breathing hard, testimony to the training camp that he's had.
What's a cup?
Under a minute to go here in round number 1. This one's scheduled for 5 for the lightweight interim belt.
This is exactly how you nullify a good guard guy. Donald Cerrone has probably one of the most dangerous guards in this division, and here he's having it nullified out by Ben. We were talking about how he's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu, but excellent defense, excellent positioning. He's just, it's great transitions.
Not saying that Cowboy's out of his element here, but he does not look as comfortable as we normally see him.
Well, most guys, like Jamie Varner, laid on his chest. He stayed in tight, and that allows Donald Cerrone to work his rubber guard, work the high close guard. Right now, he's having a hard time working any guard because Ben Henderson is not in any position to get submitted.
So round number 1 goes into the books. What a great start. This one is scheduled for 5 for the interim lightweight belt here in the WEC. All right, Frank Mir, let's go back to round number 1 and take a look at some of this action.
Here right off the bat, you see Donald made a mistake throwing high, slipped. Ben was all over him, shot in right now for the double. But here's where Donald Cerrone was locking up the guillotine here. Here he has it nice and tight, right across the throat, elbow down. And here he locked up the power guillotine and was able to switch off to the back, right into the triangle. It was a phenomenal transition from move to move. It was excellent. That was beautiful attacks. The only thing more impressive is that Ben survived that.
Good work, come on.
Round number 2. Ben Henderson in the black trunks, Donald Cerrone in the white. I'll tell you what, though, Ben Henderson survived 2 submission attempts that I think any other fighter would have been tapping.
I'm curious to talk to him to see how far along he was in that. There, that's excellent on Ben. See now, fake the shot, go for the hands, fake the shot. He's not really, he doesn't want to get into a straight kickboxing match with Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone's had amateur experience there and pro experience in kickboxing. Doesn't want to fight him like that. He wants to fight an MMA-style fight on his feet. There we go. Nice, beautiful takedown again. Went from a head inside singles, able to trap that far leg. Oh!
He misses.
He slipped
Cerrone.
in. Donald has his back now. Gonna go ahead and go for the figure 4 body lock. See, too high on the back though.
Wow.
Excellent on Ben's part. He made a slight mistake there, and Donald jumped on him, went for the back. Here he has head and arm control. He's holding the back of Ben's head. But again, see how great posture Ben has standing up? It's very hard to submit a guy when he's up in a position like this.
Oh.
Ben's pushing through. He has the half guard right now.
Cerrone's catching him with those back hammer fists.
Those are, I think, frustrating. What? I don't understand.
Donald's complaining about something.
I didn't understand either. Walking forward.
Wow.
But he's fighting from the bottom. Oh, he's going for the Kimura attempt right now. Over the top of the arm, under the armpit right there. He's got wrist control. Look at that's awesome right there. He's taking his back, probably gonna slip off and go for the arm. That he has the arm. Ben stepped over.
Wow.
I don't even think he grimaced. That's most guys. How cool. Oh, that was an elbow. This is, if the fight stays in this position, this is where posturing up again. Does need to get his head up though. The head down like that. Back, there we go. Oh!
Wow.
Driving the hips forward, walking forward. He just needs to walk right now, Donald, to the cage.
And he's no danger of getting up kicks either. And he can just rain down on Cerrone.
Yeah, he's doing, this is exactly how you stay in someone's guard. I mean, really, honestly, I don't know how to teach anybody to do it better. Donald needs to go ahead and start getting his feet on the hips and pushing off. He can't use the closed and open guard and have his feet on the outside of the legs while Ben is up so tall and so erect. At this point, it's better to almost give up and go to half guard, so at least you can come down underneath. If a guy walks forward like this, you just keep eating punches. It's really hard to defend yourself in that position. Again, sinking down, trapping the hip. See, right now, there's not a... But, I mean, he's striking up top, but the shots Ben's raining down are hurting a little bit more.
Damage, yeah.
Those are more damaging. Oh. I can hear those shots from here, right?
And look how calculated Henderson is. He's standing, waiting for his turn.
Yeah, I mean, he can fight this way all night. Trapping the legs now. Knee bar attempt from Donald. Knee's kind of in there right now. Ben's a little too confident that he's going to get out of this.
Rotates around as we go under 37 seconds to go here in round number 2. Remember, this one is scheduled for 5 for the lightweight interim belt.
Nice. That's a beautiful job Ben Henderson's doing, going to the body and going to the head. He's not becoming predictable at all. And the fact that Donald's allowing him to control his shins the way he is, he's making it very difficult to get caught with anything really devastating.
Wow. Under 10 seconds to go, round number 2.
So round number 2 ends in a flurry. We are scheduled for 3 more rounds here in the WEC for the interim lightweight title. As we go to corners, Frank, let's take a look at round number 2 and some of the action between the Cowboy and Ben Smooth Henderson.
Here you see the exchange from the bottom. Donald Cerrone was throwing some strikes from the bottom. And here he seems to complain. It looks like he felt that, I don't know, we watch again. Maybe he...
Low blow?
I don't know, maybe he thought that Ben Henderson was hurt, was stunned. But really, from our point of view on the camera, it doesn't look like Ben was stunned. It looked like for a second he was just blocking, but he's moving his feet. I really don't understand that. But here again, the perfect position from Ben. He has the guard completely nullified. I mean, the only thing that Donald's doing from here is the occasional up kick. But he's raining down some heavy blows, and he's winning the rounds by doing so.
All right, we are set to go. Round number 3. This for the WEC interim lightweight title.
Conditioning does not seem to be a factor again in this fight. Both these guys have really approached this well.
Donald Cerrone in the white trunks, Ben Henderson in the black trunks.
The takedowns of Ben Henderson has really put a damper on the stand-up of Donald Cerrone. You can see now that because he's worried about being taken down, he's not opening up. I mean, when he's fought guys he knows are going to stand with him, his stand-up is much more wide open.
And we have the champion, Jamie Varner, sitting cage side. He awaits the winner of this one.
Wow. He needs to do something.
Wow.
Watch it back.
Frank, I think round number 1, you might have to give the edge to Cerrone because he pushed the pace. Round number 2, I'd say
submission
Henderson.
attempts. Really, the submission attempts. Give
round
them first
2,
round.
I'd say Henderson.
Yes. And round 3 is not looking to be any different at the moment. If this is how this stays.
Cowboy is crafty, though.
Nice triangle again, but that one's a little bit... No, Donald's able to go ahead, Ben's passing again. Has the arm caught, trapping the legs. He's using that left hand now to stay in between the legs to help keep...
Not the back, Ben, not the back.
Just can't hit the back of the spine. He's using his arm to go ahead and trap to keep him from reestablishing the guard, and now he went ahead and sunk in. He got the right hook sunk.
Ben Henderson seems to be anticipating whatever Donald Cerrone's throwing at him. His defense has been great, and he has been raining down some damage on the Cowboy.
He's doing an excellent job. I mean, this is a textbook way of how you would have to fight Donald Cerrone.
Controlling the ankles.
He's throwing the punches, keeping perfect posture, sinking down, making Donald carry all his weight. And also, too, this is taking a lot out of Donald Cerrone. Anybody knows if you lay on your back and your legs are up on your chest, it's not easy to breathe. You can't get a nice, deep breath. That was a beautiful job. Great job getting back up to his feet. Drove with his feet on the hips of Ben Henderson, was able to get up. Oh.
Do you think there's any chance that Donald Cerrone has overlooked this fight because he has been so focused on getting Jamie Varner again?
There could be that chance, absolutely. There's been a lot of talk back and forth between him and Jamie Varner about what that fight was that happened back in January, and now you might see that where you get a situation where a guy's been overlooked. Well, great. Ben, I think, is there, is just catching his breath, backing up, looking to go ahead and get the takedown.
Shoots on him again, gets the single.
Running now to switching off to the double. Needs to watch out for that guillotine attempt, though.
Under 90 seconds to go here in round number 3. This one's scheduled for 5.
Going for the outside sweep there. Sat down. Stuck in a slide of a crucifix because his head's down. That allowed...
How about the pace of this fight, too?
If he gets his hands connected, Donald's going to go for a ride here. Donald needs to go ahead at this point, get his hands broken, spread his legs to break the hands, and the grip of Ben Henderson is connected right behind him.
You called it. Cerrone doesn't want any more of that. Big kick coming from Ben Henderson.
.30 seconds left. Ben, I feel, has won this round again. Just needs to not make any stupid mistakes. Stepping over the back leg. Just needs to trap the far leg with his other hand if he switches over and can grab an ankle. Seeing that Donald's keeping his knee down, that's actually a mistake. Watch him use his right hand. He can actually go for a knee tap or grab that ankle. There he goes. Grabs the ankle. That's because Donald Cerrone sprawled with his knees on the ground.
So round number 3 is complete here in the WEC interim title fight in the lightweight division. Ben Henderson, Donald Cerrone. Ben Henderson looks a little bit frustrated, Frank, and at this point, who do you see dominating this fight?
Ben Henderson's done everything he needs to do right now. Donald Cerrone's corner right
straight.
now is probably going to have to figure out what they're going to do now.
Deep breath with me. Slow down, slower. Slow.
Okay, round 4 coming up, gentlemen, round 4.
Very good job. As you get more fatigued, I don't want you to dive into your shot naked. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Commit to your hands in your shot. You're doing a great job timing it, but I don't want you to dive in there naked.
Okay.
You're doing a good job in his guard. That was a way better round in the guard. Okay?
I need you to hit him 3 times and take him down. What are you gonna do?
All right, here we go.
Well, it'll be
Here we
interesting,
go.
Frank, which of these fighters can respond to what their corners ask him as we get set for round number 4. I gotta say, Ben Henderson looks fresh.
Ben Henderson looks excellent.
All right, here we go. Let's go to work. Come on.
We are set to go. Round number 4. This for the WEC interim lightweight title. Ben Henderson and Donald Cerrone. Cerrone in the white trunks. Ben Henderson in the black trunks.
Wow.
Cerrone shoots on Henderson.
Reshot now. Ben did a great job to fit it up. Back into that power guillotine.
He's cranking on it. He is cranking on it. Cerrone's got him in trouble.
Wow, you can see Ben's face. He's not even grimacing. He just needs to go ahead and push on that elbow.
Get out there.
Official trying to check, make sure he's still there. Kerry Hatley on top of the action.
Ben gave him the thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
He's fine. I gotta tell you guys,
That's
that
amazing.
choke is a phenomenally tight choke, and he's okay. I don't know how. I really don't.
Has he dropped the chin enough, Frank, to allow him to just keep
This isn't
breathing?
really a wind choke. You go across the carotid arteries. It cuts the blood off to the brain like a rear naked choke. I don't know what's going on in there for this choke not to be working. If he pushes on that elbow, though, Donald Cerrone's hand's gonna pop out.
How do you like that from Ben Henderson?
And he comes right back. That was a nice, beautiful body kick. I think he's showing. Now, is that discouraging? I gotta tell you, as a submission artist, when I catch a guy in a submission like that, and I know that it's 99% your lights out, and it doesn't even faze you, it takes a little bit out of you. It really does. Bad places to stand there. He could have reshot from there, I think. Donald doing his Donald's his takedown defense has improved. Nice fake there, and then Donald, you see right there, that knee was going to come straight up. I think Ben's just looking to get a takedown, stay on top for about 30, 40 seconds, steal the round.
Donald Cerrone looks a little bit frustrated, Frank, as we go under 2:20 to go here in round number 4. This one is scheduled for 5. Cowboys got some fans here in San Antonio.
Great job of stuffing the head. Oh, nice switch off to the single.
No need.
Oh, he got his legs trapped. That's going to be a takedown. Donald made a great job of avoiding the takedown on the first attempts. Oh, got
Great
the knee.
sprawl, goes to a knee.
He did a great job of pushing the head off. There he was able to break the grip, and what I thought was for sure a takedown. If he's able to stop again another takedown from here, this will start disheartening Ben Henderson because he's in deep.
Under 90 seconds to go here in round number 4. Donald Cerrone in the white trunks, Ben Henderson in the black trunks. This for the lightweight interim belt.
Ben Henderson might be the most conditioned athlete I've seen in WEC. I can't believe the composure and the look on his face right now. Wrestling is the most fatiguing aspect of our sport. For him to shoot shot after shot like this and not be always successful, that is wow, that's incredible. Got three-quarter Nelson there. He's able to defend the...
Cerrone's going to say, I'm going to deliver some of the blows that you've given to me in the earlier rounds. Henderson, though, working off his back, defensive posture.
Ben Henderson might be stunned there momentarily, but look at him. Still looks fresh. Cowboy, though, starting to get a little momentum as we go under 10 seconds to go here in round number 4.
I think Donald has definitely won this round.
And round number 4 is complete. We will see a 5th and final round here in San Antonio, Texas. And Donald Cerrone just shaking his head. Frank, what does he have to do? So many submission attempts. And Ben Henderson, I don't know how he got out of those, but he was able to.
Same guillotine here again. He's able to go ahead and lock it up, put the hand over the back. This is basically, for all practical purposes, well, here he goes for the triangle after going from the first darts from round 1. This was a phenomenally tight choke. Here in round 2, he switched off the back and slid down from a triangle armbar attempt. Ben was able to get his head out and step over the top to alleviate pressure from the elbow. And in round 4, he was able to lock up again a guillotine. Here, puts the hand behind the back. And again, this is like an upside down rear naked choke. This is one of the tightest ways I know to go ahead and put a choke on somebody.
This is it, the 5th and final round from San Antonio, Texas, and it's all for the WEC interim lightweight belt.
I really think this fight might come down to this round. First round could have went to Donald Cerrone. 4th round went to Donald Cerrone.
2 and 3 though.
2 and 3 I gave to Ben Henderson. So I really have this fight. We both in agreement that it's 2 and 2.
So which fighter can battle off the fatigue and get the victory here with under 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go here from San Antonio, Texas?
Ben's really fighting for this takedown. He needs to go ahead.
Wow. I think Cowboy's found his rhythm.
Yeah, a little too confident he walked in. He might just have given up an easy takedown here. He was doing well right there, but he's getting back up. If he can get that right leg out, he can stand up.
Donald says, let's stand it up. Let's stand it up.
Here we go, let's go.
3:15 to go in the final round. I don't know what his corner told him, Frank, but Donald Cerrone, latter part of round 4 and here in round number 5 is a different fighter than we saw in 2 and 3.
He woke up. I think sometimes he's a little too relaxed. That caused him sometimes to take some careless chances. His corner definitely woke him up because he's turned this fight around. It went from looking like it was going to be a sweeps from rounds 2 through on to where he was able to turn it around. Looks like Ben actually secured the takedown right now. He's got the foot trap so he can avoid that guillotine and omoplata attempt right now. Stuck in an omoplata. But I think this is really not a bad position for Ben to be in right now. He could rest for a second, and once he gets that arm out, he's going to end up on top. And right now, Donald Cerrone, if he misses this submission attempt, here he got another triangle, armbar. Ben is just as tough.
Yeah.
I don't know who's tougher.
So impressed.
Got his head out. He just needs to go ahead and really step around the legs. Or go ahead and next time he opens the guard, stick his knee in between to block it so it doesn't come again. If he stays in this position, the halfway submission, it's an edge out the round towards Donald.
I am amazed.
Did he just say thumbs up?
Yeah, and
what
Ben
the
just leaned
heck
over and
is
gave him a
going
thumbs
on?
up.
This guy might not be, wow.
How flexible is Ben Henderson? Are you kidding me?
That is a tough human being. That's discouraging as a submission artist to do that to somebody. Almost ripped their shoulder out of the socket, and they're giving the thumbs up to the referee.
Under 40 seconds to go. This is the 5th and final round. Big up kick from the Cowboy. Frank, we are under 15 seconds. How do you see this one playing out?
I think Donald's went ahead and pulled off the decision right now. He's able to win. It depends on that first round. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God, Jesus.
That's it.
Hell of a fight, man. Hell of a fight.
And somehow Ben Henderson escapes with all his body parts intact. What a fight.
Here, Cerrone has that guillotine attempt on him. Was able to switch it over, locked it up, went right into the triangle. A triangle that most guys fall asleep on. But then here, Ben Henderson, once on top, anytime he was in the guard here in rounds 2 and 3, he was able to really just establish his will, driving the hips forward, head up, raining down all kinds of strikes from the top. Perfectly staying in great position to avoid the submission attempts in this spot from Donald Cerrone. And Cerrone again grabbing another really deep guillotine. He's able to put the hand behind the shoulder, really locking up a figure 4 on the neck there, and Ben dropping down.
And here, Frank, this is the end.
Yeah, this
is Gumby.
This is kind of like a reverse omoplata. I don't know. His feet are on a different side, but he basically has a kimura, an arm lock. I don't know. I can't believe Ben's arm is able to switch around, and he's still walking around right now.
Let's send it to Joe Martinez for the official decision.
All 3 judges scored about the same, 48-47 for your winner by unanimous decision. And now, the WEC interim lightweight champion of the world, Ben "Smooth" Henderson!
Congratulations to Ben "Smooth" Henderson as he claims the interim lightweight belt in the WEC. A great night of fights and a fantastic performance by all of our fighters. Thanks for watching the best of the WEC. I'm Todd Harris. We'll see you cage side next time.